at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. Hey, it's too late to try to go contain it. A generation fueled by creation. We live lives on a small screen nation. We control the airwaves, no negotiation. I refuse to think we need saving. Something good will come from creation. And when we think that the world is too anxious, we'll adapt, evolve, survive, and save it. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. Hey, oh yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong.
Oh, look at me. I'm retarded. I'm a globe.
No one told you life was gonna be this way. Your job's a joke, you broke. Your love life's the old way. It's like you're always stuck in second gear. When it hasn't been your day, your week, your month, even your year. But I'll be there for you when the rain starts to pour. I'll be there for you like I've been there before. I'll be there for you, 'cause I'm there for you
The whole system is designed to disconnect you from your intuition. Why? Disconnected people are easy to manipulate. Everything from sunscreen to politics to the food industry. It's all designed to disconnect and manipulate you. We are in the middle of a war right now, but it's not a traditional war. It's a war on consciousness. It's a war on freedom. This is the time to listen, not to the news. No, your intuition, your gut, your heart. Love is the greatest weapon against darkness. How do you love more? You begin by loving yourself. How do you love yourself? You listen to the messages your body is telling you.
Nobody is coming to save you. Get up. Be your own hero.
Slaves used to work all day, every day, with no pay. But they got free food, water, and shelter. Today, we work all day, nearly every day, and we get paid. But the money we make, we spend on food, water, and shelter. We're still slaves. The only thing that has changed is the illusion of freedom.
I'm scared, Dad.
Do you trust me, son?
Yes.
Come on, son. Rule number 1, never trust anybody.
Stop! Don't touch me there. This is my no-no square. Stop! Don't touch me there. This is my no-no square.
What? Now let me see you what? Drop it to the flow, drop it to the flow then. Now lean
nothing. Everybody call me Big Pimpin'. No, I ain't bluffing. I'm with your mom in the kitchen, making blueberry muffins.
Taste the biscuit. Taste the goodness of the biscuit. Taste the honey sauce. Taste the goodness of the biscuit with the honey sauce. Don't get that honey sauce on me. I don't like the way it tastes with my chicken wings.
Chicken banana, chicken banana, chicken banana, banana, banana.
Hey man, just wanna let you know that sometimes you gotta shut the fuck up. You gotta shut the fuck up. And this current time is just one of those times you gotta shut the fuck up.
I don't think you're a bad person. I just don't want to hear you talking anymore. You gotta shut the fuck up.
I remember when I lost my mind.
All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Sovereign Soul Unchained Mind. Don't get that honey sauce on me. I don't like the way it tastes on my chicken wings. She was very adamant about that. I love that woman. What's happening, Cubby? How you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. I'm doing well. Fresh back from the flea market. Got all the fleas off me, so I'm good.
Okay, I was going to ask you, do they still sell the trained fleas?
Even the merry-go-round and everything.
Yeah, those are neat. I don't know how they do that. It takes really a lot of patience to train fleas.
Those are nice cans you got.
Oh, these on my ears here you're talking about? Yeah. Yes. What are you talking about? These? Oh, yeah. No, this is you know what? Surprisingly, these are really, really good.
Oh, those are the good ones.
Man. Well, I mean, they're not marketed like that or something, but I'll tell you what, man, and just listening to the intro and all that shit through this as opposed to my, I don't know, Walmart. What are these things?
Yeah, dude.
Logitech speakers.
Those are pretty good brand. I got a antenna, right? For like when I occasionally watch antenna TV. I've had this antenna since probably like late 80s, early 90s. I bought other ones, newer ones, the nicer ones. This same one is the only one that picks up like every channel.
Wow. Is it on the roof? Do you have it like on the roof?
No, it's just sitting inside here.
It's just like rabbit ears type.
Yeah, rabbit ears, yeah.
Oh, wow.
But it just works better than the rest. Same one.
You don't have to run
it's like an old RCA or something.
You don't have to run no foil between the.
No.
Oh my God!
I gotta stand there and adjust it.
God, go over there in that corner with the antenna. God damn it! I'm gonna miss Flipper. I can't see it sideways. Yeah, right there. Move. That's perfect. Great. I can't see Flipper. What the hell? Yeah, it was a hell of a time.
But now what's gonna happen to Lassie?
What's that?
I said, now what's going to happen to Lassie? We missed it.
I know, right? We'll never know if Timmy fell down the well or not. Damn it. We'll never know. Speaking of, that takes bravery. Lassie's a very brave dog. And Trump tried to portray himself as very brave there at Butler, Pennsylvania, how he stood up and put his fist in the air, fight. I don't care if I was shot. I'm Trump, right? It's because it was fucking fake. Did you see where he hid out in a fucking catering truck to get on a different plane because there was credible threats of something happening, firing on Air Force One?
I saw the story. Whether I believe it or not, it's another thing. But yeah, I saw it.
I'm like, he's scared shitless, dude. He's out on the golf course with fucking radar and shit out there to detect any incoming shit and stuff. He is, man. He's like he's losing it. Well, guilty conscience, I mean, you go and kill somebody's whole fucking family. What do you think's going to happen retaliatory wise? They're just going to go, oh, wow, we must have really overstepped our bounds. Sorry about that, man. We won't do it again, Mr. Trump.
I don't know what's any different. Who is the guy that they killed in his first presidency? The Iranian general. I can't think of his name. Yeah, Soleimani or whatever. Yeah. It's like they've had it out for him ever since then, supposedly. So why all of a sudden are there like renewed calls to get rid of him? Why would you even want to golf like that?
They
Everybody's
gotta
saying you're
do.
buffering, but I don't see it.
Let me see.
You seem fine to me, but maybe
Let
it's
me look.
both of us.
No, it's all right. I'm looking at it through YouTube.
Yeah, you look fine to me. I don't know. Refresh everybody if you got a problem.
Yeah, no doubt. But yeah, that's pretty bad. I don't recall any other president having to have like fucking radar and drone defense and shit like that while he was golfing. You know?
Not
But
that
the
I can
thing
think
is,
of.
what else are they gonna fucking do with him? He stinks, and they can't have him around while they're discussing sensitive issues because he blows it out his fucking mouth to anybody. And also he's like, see what I guess what was happening in the beginning. He doesn't really get briefings. I mean, he doesn't understand them. Okay. So Hegseth and the others, they were just showing him fucking war porn. And he got all excited about it, you know, and so he'd do whatever they told they said. And the reality is we lost. We completely fucking lost, you know. And now he's humiliated by that. Iran has straight up said we're not going to talk to any fucking buddy in the United States until there's a different administration because we can't trust this fucking guy. I mean, that's bad. I mean, even during the tightest fucking contentions during the Vietnam War, they still met. They still were trying to negotiate and shit. This guy, he's drove them away. They said, fuck it. There's no use talking to this guy. He's an idiot. You know, and what the hell? Plus, what you killed an entire family. You know, the Ayatollah and his family and everything. You killed these fucking people for what? Because Israel told you to. That was it. There was no gain to the United States in this whatsoever, and we only stood to lose in it. Yeah. And it's all because of this propaganda, and they believe in that little shithole country, Israel, and we need to do something about that, man. I mean, all these administrative solutions, the 25th Amendment and all that shit and impeachment, dude, there is no time for this.
Yeah, there's no time for
the guy is going off the rails. That's like, well, we'll have to start conducting interviews for a new pilot while the pilot you currently have is in the air trying to smash into shit. You know, you got to stop that fucking guy now. That's all. And you know what? If you don't have anybody for a little bit, that's cool. We can live with that. I can live with that.
The problem is the well is poisoned, though. Even if you get rid of Trump, you don't solve the problem.
Yeah.
You know, it's all the way down the line.
Got to get rid of the whole thing, man.
Complete overhaul, basically.
Well, it's like I've used the example. Right. It's like I've used the example before a few times that people are trying to slap a coat of fresh paint on a barn that's burnt down. You know, there's nothing to put the paint on. It's not a barn anymore. It's a ruined structure that was once a barn. Well, that's what we've got here under Zog. And we got to get this bullshit, fake ass sympathy people have. Oh, the poor Jews, they've struggled. Well, probably because they've been shit-heels their whole existence. You know, it's what I've said before. Your so-called anti-Semitic behavior. That's anti-Semitism is directly related to Jewish behavior. I mean, boom. I don't care if they're acting in unison as a sovereign state that they stole from someone else, or if they're acting in individual groups amongst the population of another culture. They do the same thing, whether it's on the micro or the macro. That's just the reality of it. And I mean, look, we're at the point now where that fairy limp-wristed fucking Lindsey Graham has had a fucking joint Air Force base named after him now.
Yeah, I saw that.
This is fucking ridiculous.
Fort Ladybug.
Fort Ladybug. Fort Butt Pirate.
The moment has now arrived. With a shared vision for the future and deep respect for our past, together, let us mark this new beginning in 3, 2, 1.
Fucking ridiculous. What was the base before? I don't know. What was it? It's not a new one, is it?
I'm not sure which one. South Carolina.
It's
I don't know
probably
which
in
one that
South
is.
Carolina.
Was it Air Force Base?
Yeah, Air Force Joint Air
Yeah,
Force
I'm
Base.
not sure.
At least they got joints there. That's cool. I could dig that.
Yeah, they always seem to have those on hand.
Oh yeah. Look, these memes that are coming out about that whole incident, you know that they've got to be driving him up a freaking wall. With his massive ego and shit, and the fact that everybody, and I got one, yes, I do. The Iranians did not miss a chance that there is a Lego video about the fucking catering cart incident that everybody's been talking about. But these memes are getting crazy. Watch this shit. Trump hitting the catering. Look at it. And so many of them show him with fucking hand load of fucking McDonald's. Look at these.
I don't even understand why they bother to go anywhere anymore. I mean, they can literally project themselves with holograms and whatnot.
They can do it through Skype or whatever else like that.
Yeah. Holographic.
But what you got to really look at with this is he thought
actually.
that there was a credible threat that they were going to fire on Air Force One. So he ducked out and got on a different flight and left all his staff and fucking reporters as decoys. They flew by themselves. If he wasn't on the plane and he had credible threats that there was going to be an Iranian fire, the Iranians were going to fire on Air Force One. So he ducked out of there and left them all as decoys instead of just grounding the flight and doing something, taking precautions. Think about that shit.
I'd be surprised if other world leaders would even want to be around them anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree.
Like, I don't
they
want to
don't.
be around or even staff or anything. Like, I don't want to be
fucking
around you,
guys
dude.
smells like shit probably too. I can only imagine what it smelled like in that fucking container.
Like Taco Bell after some
look at all the
contaminated
McDonald's
lettuce
and KFC and McDonald's and shit in these things. Look at this. Food truck one. That's what he went in. Okay. One of these things right here. Cause you see it. He goes up those stairs. And then a couple of minutes later, you see one of those trucks go up with the scissor jacks and it goes up to the door toward the back. Like they're loading shit. And you can totally see him get in the fucking thing. That's what's ridiculous. Istanbul Airport. There he is in a catering cart. These, that these have got to be the fact that everybody knows that and they're calling it out for what it is should be. I know that's got to be driving him up a fucking wall. That's got to be making him crazy. Let me see if I can get this.
Any of the people that I personally knew that used to be MAGA or whatever you want, still MAGA, whatever, in hiding. But they don't talk about them at all anymore, man. Or if they do, it's veiled,
Yeah. They don't say a whole lot.
Part, they dismiss them.
I think it's funny as shit. It's sort of like he led them down the primrose path, and I was telling people, man, look, you realize that the snake he's talking about in that poem is him, right? You do know that, right? Oh no, he's not. He's talking about the Democrats. The Democrats. Ho. He's so funny. Not everybody knows that there's a B in dumb, so I just left the B out. Fucking everybody totally knows that, man. Come on. The guy is a joke. Going on an excursion, a military excursion. It's called an incursion.
Yeah, no.
And nobody fucking corrects him or nothing. They just go with it.
He's going on a vacay.
Yeah. Going on a holiday. What are you going to do? Oh, we're going to bomb some Iranians and shit, you know. Oh, cool. Who are you taking with you? Oh, the military. Yeah. Okay. Of course, it's a military excursion. We're going to be surfing and bombing and taking photographs and making memories. Good God. There you go. Cater Force One. I knew it wouldn't be long.
Big speech, big jet. Cameras got the shot. Cater Force One, Cater Force One, Air Force for the cameras, food truck for the run. Cater Force One, Cater Force One, talk like a king till the warning came through. Front door swagger, back door flight, press on the decoy with the window shades tight. Cater Force One, Cater Force One, whole tough guy image came undone. Boarded Air Force One for the big photo op. Wave like a king, then he made the swap. Catering truck lifted him up real clean. Drove him across the tarmac like a meal on the scene. C-32A, waiting in the dark while the decoy plane took the press on the arc. They thought he was with them. Shades pulled tight, but the boss was already gone into the night. One plane for the picture, one plane for the flight, one story for the public, one escape in the night. Cater Force One, Cater Force One, Air Force for the cameras, food truck for the run. Cater Force One, Cater Force One, all that tough talk till the warning came through. Front door swagger, back door flight, decoy in the air while you slipped out of sight. Cater Force One, Cater Force One, I ran, changed the rap before the night was done. Sacred defense. Air Force One for the image, Cater Force One for the exit. A sacred defense.
What did you think of that?
The same I think about all those Lego videos.
You love them. You love them. Here's something cool from Terry Eicher. These idiots that all the time go, where's the ice wall? Where's this wall of ice you speak of? Oh, okay. There you go. Go faster, go faster. Fuck that.
What's this from? I mean, I know Terry Eicher, but like, who's the crew or whatever?
I don't know. I don't know what the company is. I don't know what the company is or who it is. Look at that shit, though, man. Come on.
know if I'd trust that thing.
Yeah, I'm not real crazy about getting up on it and shit like that either.
Those things break off all the time.
You see him get devoured by a fucking bunch of penguins come running up on him and just chow down.
We've been waiting for you.
See, that must be a curve up there.
Got to plant an American flag.
Yeah, there you go.
Or maybe they're not American. Anyway, a flag.
You plant a flag there. It's kind of like pissing, like a dog pissing on something, you know.
Yeah,
They got
its territory.
That's some crazy shit. You get up there like that, man.
Not for me.
I'm not getting up there. Fuck that noise. Oh, that's that thing there. Okay, wait a second. Where was I? Looking out your back door. That's the golf, yeah.
Unless you pay me a whole lot of money and then put one step on there and get back on that platform, then I might call it a day.
There you go. Here we go. And a switch. So this is a guy on a motorcycle. He gets pulled up to a DUI checkpoint.
Oh boy.
This is fucking good. He gets out without even answering any fucking questions.
Smart man.
Be surprised how little it takes too.
Okay, we've got a police stop ahead. No illumination.
Where we going?
What's up?
Put your helmet on real quick.
Sure.
What's up? You got anything to drink today?
I don't want to answer any questions.
You haven't had anything to drink or no?
Questions.
Have you had anything to drink today, sir? I can detain you for an hour. Just answer me yes or no.
No questions.
Oh, pull over here for me.
Are you ordering me?
Yeah.
Where to? Where?
Okay, come on in here. Okay. Go ahead.
I heard you.
Okay. So if you had anything to drink today.
I told you no questions.
Could you do me a favor, lift up your visor for me?
I'm not going to do any favors.
Would you lift up your visor now, please?
Are you ordering me?
I am now.
I told you no questions.
Why is that?
That's a question.
Let me know when I'm free to go.
All right, you been drinking at all?
Let me know when I'm free to go. I'd like to go now.
Do you have any ID?
I told you no questions. Are you demanding ID?
Yes.
I get it out of my pocket here.
Please.
I wouldn't even gone that far. So what crime do you suspect me of? If they have a reasonable articulable suspicion of a crime or a civil infraction in order to extract ID from me.
No alcohol today. That's all we're asking.
I told you no questions.
Okay. There you go. Take a leave.
Have an incident report number, please.
We don't have an incident report right now.
Well, you can get one for me.
You want my card?
Sure.
I can give you my card.
And you're the one who stopped me. You can write it on his.
Please call me and I will give you all the information you need to know. All right?
Sergeant.
All right? Sorry to inconvenience you. We're just running the checkpoint, making sure to keep our road safe. All right?
Why'd you pull me over?
I didn't pull you over, sir. You're the next one in line. Random check. Look at the data from the guy in front of you.
Why'd you pull me over here?
See if you're wearing your seatbelt.
Yeah, right.
I'm free to go, right?
Yes, you're free to leave.
Give me a key.
Electric start. No, here's the thing about that. And this is what I mean about saying the Supreme Court is always on the wrong side of everything. But if you can't just randomly pull over people to ask them if they've had anything to drink, how does that equate that you get to pull over everybody and ask them if they've had something to drink?
Yeah.
In order to
I had a coffee, some water.
Right.
Juice.
So in order for law enforcement, in order for them to impede your travel and stop you, there has to have been some kind of an infraction. What was that infraction? Is there danger up ahead? Is there a log in the road? Is there rocks have fallen off the hillside? You're just pulling over everybody without reasonable articulable suspicion under the guise of what? Public safety. It's not. It's a foot in the door. It's a foot in the door. They'll widen that breach. They will widen that fucking breach by using this as precedence. So I don't understand if they don't have the right to pull you over arbitrarily just to ask you a fucking question and you've committed no infractions, then how does it equate to being able to pull over everybody?
Mm-hmm.
You know,
it should be an infraction for the officer that pulled you over. You know, if nothing is wrong, you know, they have no accountability.
There's no hazard to the road. You only impeded my travel because somehow pulling over everybody nullifies the Fourth Amendment. It nullifies the Fourth Amendment completely.
What if it was an emergency? Maybe his wife was dying at the hospital or something. He was hauling ass to get there.
They don't give a fuck.
Well, I know. I'm just saying. You know?
They don't give a shit. They'll impede you until the person or whatever dies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's no. They don't face any consequences when they do stuff like that, but you know.
Right. They're a special class, cut from a finer cloth somehow, because they're less intelligent.
And then when they get pulled over by other cops, they're like, "You know who I am?" You know,
I don't care who you are.
It's like, oh, okay, so that's how that works. Got it.
Here's a interesting little exchange that took place. Let me pull this up. This is pretty good. So this is a former IDF soldier bragging about ordering strikes on schools and civilian areas in Gaza. And the Christian host was horrified and kicked him off and started fighting with the dude. He was going to kick his ass, man. This is pretty crazy. Yeah, Israel, they're our greatest ally. Check this shit out.
Fuck up, you genocidal fucking freak! You genocidal fucking freak! Shut the fuck up! You can't do shit, my brother!
Dude, stop it!
Hey! You can't do shit with it! We told you you can't do shit! I told you you can't do shit! I told you! You can't do shit!
Caught it on video.
I proved my point! You can do shit!
Charges.
When you punch in the head, punch in the face, then you go cry your mom! Don't provoke.
No. It's not
Don't
provoke.
provoke. Just everybody just shut the fuck up. You guys get this guy out of here.
You guys are
provoking. I know.
Hey, Yusuf, get out! Get out, Yusuf! Get out! Yusuf, get out! Bye! Bye! Go! I'm not violent like you.
You can.
Hey, go!
Don't provoke.
Go!
Go.
Bye!
Please don't provoke. Please.
It's a lot of prove the marriage, by the way. Fathers improve the marriage. Come on. Go.
It's very Rabbi Shmuly-ish.
Yeah,
in
definitely.
his accent. What a creep. What's a creep?
You know, I posed this question to somebody earlier today. I said, what if there was no news? We just go about our days. No news to be put out into the world, no rumors and speculation and false information and everything else.
Oh, you'll still have that. You'll still have that within a community, man. Look, I know it for a fact because like here where I live, there's a large segment of people that don't pay attention to fucking shit. They don't know nothing that's going on, right? But they know everything about everybody else around.
Yeah.
And there's stories and false news and false and accusations. It's the same shit, just micro scale.
Yeah.
It really is. That's what they fill their time with. I've seen it all the time. You ought to see our local Facebook pages. Oh my God. And then this is the thing too. Then they give these fucking people the option of posting anonymously.
Yeah, I know. That's
and I'm thinking, oh, okay, so you're gonna make this bold ass statement, but you're afraid to say who you are, right? What's the matter? You don't stand behind what you say? What's up with that? Come on. See,
yeah,
I got no respect for people who do that shit.
Yeah.
That's why I see a Globetard and they've got a stupid name, I fuck them. I ain't got nothing. Get out of here. Stand behind you.
Yep.
So whatever. These earthquakes. We have had a great number of earthquakes.
Yeah, there's another one somewhere. I'm trying to remember where
Columbia.
it was. Was that it?
Yeah. Doesn't that makes like how many in the last like couple of months? There's been a couple of big,
seems like a daily occurrence.
Yeah, like I mean, at least more than 5.
Yeah.
And above 7 points, or close to. And this one here in Columbia, this thing was 7 point. I forget what it was, but I think he tells it.
I think there's like 4 tornadoes in the Chicago area the other day. I won't say Sunday.
Oh my God.
It's crazy everywhere.
That's what, okay, so now just connecting dots, not saying this is what's going on, but I'm connecting dots. And we've heard people talk about this reset that happened and that there was a mud flood. And I've said that I think it was a series of events and not just one big, huge cataclysm. I think that it was a series of events taking place over a short period of time, a relatively short period of time, just like these earthquakes. I don't think there's ever been that many earthquakes of that magnitude in that short span of time ever. I could be wrong, but I don't ever recall, remember when the LA quake that flattened the Golden Gate Bridge? You remember that? Okay. So that was considered, whoa, that's really a big one, man. Jesus, and then you didn't have another one like that for quite some time, not till I think the Fukushima earthquake, which was rather
in Japan, where the nuclear plant.
Yeah. Isn't all the whole ocean supposed to be dead by now or something?
Yeah,
fuck, man.
It's just like Chernobyl, right?
Yeah. They talk out their ass and nobody follows up. That's the whole thing. How's that auditing Fort Knox thing coming along? Fuck. See, it's like you say, they just forget.
Yeah, that's the whole idea behind it. Just keep you spinning.
But I like the way
the spin rim, right?
What just happened in Colombia? I like the way that was phrased.
Dios mío, Dios mío.
Jesus.
Breaking news overseas, and at least 111 people have died and many others are trapped after a powerful earthquake hit Western Colombia.
Jesus.
Buildings have crumbled and trees flattened as thousands of people were forced to flee.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Look at those wires. Oh, shit.
Yeah, they gotta get rid of those buildings.
Jesus. Oh, fuck, at the hospital.
I'm gonna stand under and film this. I heard you stand that close to a building that's falling down.
God. Jesus. I saw one where there was like a camera in an operating room, and right in the middle of surgery, man, this fucking gurney starts rolling and shit and table shaking. And I'm like, man, I hope he didn't have that scalpel down by something real fucking sensitive, you know. Have you considered Mr. Gonzalez? Yes, we'll follow up on your surgery. Have you considered sex change?
Double D, I think if that's the same earthquake that another guy was talking about on a podcast I was listening to, he said it was around 2 minutes, so a really long one actually.
Yeah, it was extremely long. That's
can you repost the link for the
yeah.
I guess it went away or something.
The link to what?
The show link to get in.
Oh, didn't I pin it?
I thought it was when I got on, but it looked like it's gone now.
Oh, maybe I didn't. Okay. Well, no, it's not. Son of a bitch.
Son of a gun.
There we go. Hang on. We'll do it this time.
But apparently Casey doesn't want to tell me about Corey Competore anymore.
Oh, the guy, the fireman?
Yeah, see.
Yeah, I'm still not convinced that anybody was fucking killed, man.
Right.
You know, including that Corey Campanelli or whatever the fuck his name was. I saw the way they carried the guy out of there.
Right.
And who
like
was
a sack
carrying
of potatoes.
him? Yeah, man, like it was lawn trash or some shit, man.
Just like that old Charlie.
They're not supposed to touch it. You know, that's a crime scene, man.
Right.
Ballistics involved. We got if no photographs, nothing. You just start hauling the fucking body out of there. Like, come on, no, I'm not buying it. So, yeah, that whole thing was a farce. Okay, it was a PR stunt. And proof of that is his reaction now to the mere threat as opposed to the actual event. Right? So anybody that's got two brain cells to rub together, if they were actually shot at while they're at a podium, dude, especially if you're the president of the United States, you don't get back up. Secret Service has you out of there, gone. Boom. Look at when Reagan got shot. There's only seconds before he was in that fucking limo and down the road. And he only got hit by a fragment of the bullet. James Brady took one in the dome. And he was fucked up from that. So but no, you don't stand back up and put your fist in the air and all that other stupid shit. It just doesn't happen. And then Iran says, oh, they get some kind of a credible threat that Air Force One might get fired on by Iran. So this fucking guy ducks out and runs, doesn't cancel the flight. He wants to appear like he's brave and shit while he's not really brave. It reminds me of all these fucking memes you see that people are putting out of Trump wearing some kind of a general's outfit or some shit like that, or fighting the revolution with George Washington. And he puts that stuff out.
Yeah.
Him fighting alongside of George Washington and, all this bullshit. And he's just a scared little fucking fatty, man. He's a pussy, He's ready to put the torch to somebody, but he ain't ready to take the heat when it comes back, man. He ain't used to getting the retaliation. He's used to working shit out in court. Well, real world ain't like that, buddy. Real world ain't like that. You kill a world leader's family, and there's probably going to be consequences for that. You're dealing with the people that have been there for thousands of years, man. They invented chess, for Christ's sake. And you got this guy playing fucking tiddlywinks thinking he's going to win. Ain't happening, man. He's a joke. I don't know. Boy, he really snowed a lot of people. That's for real.
Won't be the last one. If you keep letting it happen, it is.
No. And listen, as long as you people keep going to the fucking polls and voting for these clowns, nothing is ever going to change. And all you're doing is taking a pile of shit and painting it a different color. That's all. You're that's all that voting's doing. You're not helping anything. And trust me, I know what I'm talking about. Like I said, I've been watching this shit my whole life. And I've watched it go both directions. We had Johnson, right? Then we had Nixon. Nixon was a Republican. Johnson was a Democrat. And then, of course, he had to resign from office over some shit. And we ended up with Gerald Ford. And then we had Carter, a Democrat, right? And Carter was replaced by a Republican, Reagan, right? And it's just been flip-flop, flip-flop, flip-flop. Now, the one thing I have noticed is that most of the time when we've got Republicans running shit, there's a lot of war. There's really a lot of war.
Yeah, generally.
It seems that major group that's up there, not the people so much out here, they swallow the Kool-Aid. But those people stand to make a lot of money because they're invested in weapons manufacturers and all these other interests that help to bolster their accounts. Not to mention they get all kinds of money from weapons manufacturers and shit and Israel to foment war, to attack somebody because they did this or they did that, or they can't have a nuclear weapon. Like, you get to be deciding that. Shut up,
Yeah, I would say that no matter which, there's definitely been war no matter which party, but I think that when Republicans are in power, that we're more involved in it.
Yeah.
The Democrats are more to like bomb somebody or something like that, not really necessarily getting into the fight itself. But I think
any repercussions, all the shit that's happening in the United States, it has wrought upon itself. It has brought this to itself for exactly what you're talking about. This American hegemony and this fucking butting into sovereign affairs continuously, it's got its consequences. Okay. So now the orange turd has depleted our military. Look, if something happened and we went to war with Russia or something, we're done. That's all over. History.
I don't even think we need to do anything anymore. I think they've already got us cornered, Russia, China, Iran, all of them. I don't think that they're literally just playing the long game in reality, waiting us out. Look at it. They've depleted our munitions, right? They've ruined our economy. They've only strengthened themselves, and we keep this facade up that our market, the stock market's doing so well. It ain't translating to everybody's, everyday lifestyle.
Right.
Maybe for the rich or getting richer, but it ain't for the common man.
Exactly. So I hear these assholes go out here, but the Dow, dude, that ain't got shit to do with you.
Right.
That's only these fucking rich sons of bitches with these stock.
Yeah, they're just pumping until they get out and take off.
Yeah, man, it ain't got fucking dick to do with you. The stock market ain't got fucking dick to do with you, man. Show me how that stock market.
Well, it can ruin your life. It could do that. But
it will too, because you're not in the club,
right?
You're not in the club. You gotta be an insider in order to make it in that.
Yeah.
It's sick. I think we need to get these flock cameras and have them like tracking all the politicians, cops, and shit. That's what they should be used for, to monitor all of our public servants, all of our public service all day.
You think we have smart enough hackers out there that could possibly do it, guys?
Yeah, I think there is. I think we should have that and monitor them, make it free to the public to be able to monitor all government employees.
Yeah.
Cameras everywhere on government employees. That way we can get rid of the grift. We can get rid of the slack, that kind of shit. We can see who's corrupt and who's not corrupt, who might be corrupt. Hell, you can just take some of these everyday activities maybe and construe them into a crime.
Mm-hmm.
If you're clever enough, I think you could do that. But right now, there's another mistake has taken place. The cops pulled somebody over with guns drawn and all kinds of shit.
From a flock thing?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Okay, so the cops say your car flagged the system as if it was their fault. It was the system that flagged the car incorrectly, not the other way around. There should, no doubt. So
that's as bad as swatting. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yes,
just anonymously, turn you in, and the next thing you know, you got cops at your door, possibly deleting you.
Yeah. See, I think that's what old Craig thought was going to happen or something.
Yeah, probably.
He said something mean on the fucking internet. Okay, well, we'll look into it. Fuck, they laughed their asses off at him, man.
Guys,
hey, driver. Hey, put your hands up and walk back to me. Hey, anybody else in the car?
My daughter and my son.
Oh, how old are they?
My daughter, my daughter, my girlfriend, my son.
Okay.
My son, he's a newborn. He's a month and a half. My girlfriend, she's 28.
Bye. The reason I'm stopping you is your plate's stolen.
You said it's who?
It's coming back stolen. Your license plate. You got your ID on you, Bob?
Yeah, I got my wallet.
Where's your wallet at?
My pocket.
Okay.
It's not my vehicle.
Whose vehicle is
it? It's my girlfriend's vehicle.
Okay. Hey, well, just come on back here for me.
You always got to make a big fucking scene out of everything. You got to make a big drama about everything. Like the other cop rolling up there. Beep, beep, beep. What the fuck, dude?
We got nothing going on all day.
Just right now, you're just going to be detained, okay?
That's why anytime they pull in anywhere, they park like assholes. Take up 2 or 3 car spots and, park in the
Yeah.
fire lane, no parking zone and shit. You know, just
Inconvenience everyone else.
yes, yeah.
It's
they
because they're
always got
trying to
'em-
cause. They're trying to make other people do something stupid so they can pull another person over, right? It's like, oh, you didn't slow down, so then we're coming after you or some shit, you know.
They're ridiculous, man.
More people in the car.
Look at his gun. Look, he's got his fucking gun out. What the hell?
Why is he holding it like that? Would be my next
I
question.
know he thinks he's all gangsta, don't he?
Well, that's
You
awfully
said a month and a half
crazy,
old
yeah.
in the car? Okay. We're just gonna come back over here, okay? You're just detained until we figure everything out, okay? No weapons on you? No, none good.
Who the hell taught him to hold a gun like that?
I got keys in my pocket though for the truck. So.
See, he's going, well, if I have to discharge my firearm, I certainly want the hot brass to fly up in the air and back onto me. That's what I'm looking for.
That's wild. I can't believe that any sergeant or whatever wouldn't take action against this guy. Like,
And take a
what the
look
hell
at
are
look
you
at
doing?
look at the wrist. Look at the wrist.
I know. I see it's
come on.
limp.
Well, not only that, but look at he's
Yeah, I
got all
saw
these
that, too.
goddamn jailhouse tattoos on him.
This lighter? Yeah, this is lighter.
These sleeves and shit.
Yeah. Month and a half year old and
That guy should be removed for holding his gun like that.
Hey, you see your hands. All right,
What the hell is he doing?
Can I ask what's going on? Yeah, I'll let you know.
Just 1 second.
231. Can you confirm?
That's crazy.
I know you got a small baby. But
214, stand by.
The baby's got a gun. Shoot it for officer safety.
28 is going to be Adam.
The baby was making furtive movements, so we tased him for officer safety.
Paul X-ray 55 X-ray. APX 55X Black Tahoe.
Hold on. What was that license plate number? Let's go back again. APX 55X.
Oh.
You've been flocked.
Yeah, more. That plate is showing 52. Just unconfirmed insurance.
He said it's 52.
if you just want to lay against my head real quick.
Okay.
APX 55X. And I think it's what they're looking for is APX 52X.
No.
Are you sure? So the car was showing up as stolen, so we're just confirming.
Oh shit! No, this is my car.
Yeah, it might be a mix-up in the system. So if it is,
Oh my
then y'all will be good to go.
No, this is my car. I just had it stored because it's been wrecked. I had to get new.
Well, it's the system's fault. So we were drawing guns on you and putting you in danger and shit and standing here on the side of the fucking road where a car can hit us at any time. God damn it, man.
Tires and
I
stuff
gotcha.
on it. The
Yeah.
snow, it's been put up.
Okay. Hopefully, if that's the case, he's just going to confirm.
Oh my God.
I just heard over the radio and he was out there, and so
Actually, sure was like he cut his lights on. I said, who cut his lights on? I didn't even know there was the police behind us.
I was en route and they said it was stolen out of Little Rock. So
Your license good, boss? Is your license good?
like I said, he's going to do his due
I mean,
diligence.
I got my registration and stuff in there if you want
Is
to
it in
license.
the glove box?
It's actually in my purse.
Okay. You
Yeah,
mind if I go
leave it
ahead?
in my purse.
You mind if I grab that real quick?
I don't care. It's
Okay.
the pink MK purse.
The pink one? Oh, my bad. Okay. I got you.
So it's, can you see that tag in front of you? APX55X. So APX55Y is the one stolen. So it's not yours. You just you flagged one of our cameras, and so that's why we stopped you, because we thought it was the other place. So give me 1 second. I'll get you out of cuffs. Okay, Bob? Here, all in.
They're going to end up killing more innocent people with this flock system. You watch. You watch.
Most likely.
You know? And let's see, where was we at here? The let's see, Casey, was it Casey Kyles? Casey Kyles?
Yeah.
That's awesome. You're a high school teacher from nowhere, Arkansas. I knew a guy from a place called Friendship, Arkansas. So if it's anything like that, small little town. In your 50s, you're perfectly suited for the panel. Come on up, man. For real.
You don't have to
you're
have your
perfectly
camera on.
suited. Absolutely. You don't have to turn your camera on. Just
Only
go ahead and
Glover
come on up. Yeah. Controls that want to be mechanical fucking penguins and shit like that, right?
Is it your car? Okay. So your car flagged on some of our modern technology
So do I need
and
to
saying,
contact somebody about it? Or?
no,
Okay.
your plate is not stolen. It's
Okay.
1 letter off,
Okay.
and the camera wrote.
Yep, that gave me a heart attack.
Yeah, sorry about that.
I knew it was my people.
So it's the first 5 are correct. The last digit's the only one that's off.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Oh, well, that's okay. Thanks for fucking threatening my life and shit.
Yeah. Pointing a
You
gun
know?
at me. And
we back the blue.
So that's the whole reason for the stop and all of that.
Okay. Lord, y'all about
Yeah.
gave me a heart attack. Woo.
man, she's got some misidentity crisis going on.
Ignore something. What did
No.
you do? Goodness gracious.
But and just until we figure everything out, that's why we pulled y'all out and all of that. My boss can help out. Let me get you out of those. I appreciate you being cool. Again, I didn't know
Sure.
exactly what we were coming up on. So
I appreciate you pointing a fucking loaded gun at me with your finger on the goddamn trigger. That was really awesome.
Like an idiot.
God damn. And where did you learn that technique of holding the pistol sideways like that? Let me guess. You're a fan of Boys in the Hood, right?
Yeah.
God damn it.
Those cameras, they're placed everywhere, and they hit license plates, and they'll flag. But I'm not going to say they're completely perfect, because, that's modern technology.
I got you.
You don't have to.
I got you.
I don't know if AI or whatever, but,
Yeah.
especially if y'all got a license plate thing, sometimes if a camera hits it at an angle or something, it might block it, and then, yeah.
I got you. Okay. Well, we good?
Y'all are
Okay. Thank you.
sorry about that, guys. Have a good night.
Are we good? Motherfucker, no, I'm not good. You pointed a loaded gun at me with your finger on the trigger with clearly no training on how to handle a firearm. What the fuck is wrong with you, man?
Yeah, that was wild.
Where'd they get you? Call of Duty?
That
What
should
the
be his
hell's
last
wrong with
day.
you? God damn, it would be if I was the chief. I don't ever want to see any of you motherfuckers holding a pistol that way. That's ridiculous, man.
And then you got to explain why you had it out to begin with to be another. I'm like, I need some answers here.
Yeah,
Not have a
man.
good day.
Yeah, I mean, how's that make that okay? Because you relied on a computerized system. Why didn't you go ahead and just double check that fucking thing?
Why didn't I just shoot you and say, "Oh, I thought it wasn't loaded. I thought I took all the bullets out. Oops, my bad."
Right.
Must be my AI gun. I don't know.
Yeah,
Told
it's
me,
what
told me
happened.
it was unloaded.
We sometimes make these mistakes.
The serial number was one off. Excuse me.
God, I know, right? The shit they come up with and try to justify it, man. So did you see this weird chick that was by Trump? Just standing there
lady I mentioned
nodding.
before, the blonde girl.
No, she's a dark-haired one this time.
I don't know.
But it's like every time this fucking guy nods off, she reaches up like this, and then he wakes up. And people are speculating that she might have some kind of a like buzzer device or
Yeah.
tonal device or some kind of shit like
This is
that.
a life alert.
Really weird. She's weird, like a robot or something. Watch this.
Year and a half, and more of the presidency. At the NIH, we have established the Autism Data Science Initiative, which started almost a year more, actually more than a year ago, where we
There he
funded
goes.
a dozen and
There he
more
goes.
major research teams to answer the
She
question,
reached up
what
and
is
he
the cause of
wakes
autism?
up.
It's a complicated biological phenomenon. It's not going to be a simple answer. It will have,
There he goes.
as the secretary said, potentially genetic predisposition, but that cannot possibly explain why we've seen such a large rise in autism.
10, 9, 8, 7. 10, 9, 8, 7.
And that's all she did really was stand up there and go like this. I don't understand what function she had being there at all.
I was going to ask the same question. Like, why else is she there?
I don't know why.
Sir,
she
would
was
you like
there.
a pillow? Can I interest you in a Sprite? Or he's a Coke drinker. Can I interest you in a Diet Coke?
Diet Coke? Yeah,
She looks like
people get
a flight attendant or something.
Yeah, it says here. Let me see something here. This thing here says that this is from the conservateur.com. And on the team is Jamie Franklin. She's the founder and CEO. After graduating from notoriously left-wing UC Berkeley in 2020, Jamie founded the Conservateur to serve and represent conservative women. Jamie's previous work experience in the conservative movement includes the United States Senate, the Trump campaign, the Trump White House, and Fox News. Jamie now lives with her husband, Drake Franklin, and their daughter, Vivienne, in Washington, D.C.
Sounds like it was written by AI.
Yeah, it probably was. She looks very vacuous. And
the conservator, about
Yeah.
conservative, they use conservative quite a few times in the same little description.
Yeah, I'll tell you, man, you got to stay out of that binary fucking bullshit, man. You know, people think you got to be one or the other. You know, you don't. You don't.
No.
You don't. Just be an American. I've told people that. They say, "Are you a Republican or a Democrat?" I say, I'm a fucking American.
Mm.
What the hell is that identity? What the fuck is that? I'm an American. I hate my fucking government. I'm sure as hell not going to help them.
I'm a human being.
In fact, hating your government is one of the most fucking American things you can do, man. This country was founded on hating your fucking government. For Christ's sake.
Iran is now saying they will continue negotiations with the United States on January the 21st, 2029. Because that will be the first day that Donald Trump will be out of office. They are saying they are never going to negotiate with Donald Trump again, and this is making him angry. So he's on the internet railing about Iran asking for compensation and claiming that it was never mentioned in any of their negotiations or meetings, not once, even though it was literally paragraph 6 of the Memorandum of Understanding that Donald Trump himself signed, and everyone else in the administration talked about the $300 billion for Iran extensively. And now he's saying this is the first time this has came up, which explains, while Iran is saying we're not negotiating again until the day after you leave office.
Can't blame him.
Thanks.
What does he think everybody forgets as bad as he does or something?
Or that just the information comes through so rapidly that, yeah, people do just, it goes over them and On to the next crisis.
Yeah. He's got the lowest approval rating of any president in history right now. I think
I
it's
don't
like
even know what
30.
that means, honestly, though.
I mean, you can go out,
comparatively.
I don't care what sample you go through. I mean, go out there amongst the actual people. I'm not talking at a blue rally or a red rally or anything like that. But you go out there and so what do you think about Trump? Fuck that guy. You know, I mean, that's about 80%, 70, 80% of what I think that I get, you know, and that's coming from a pretty conservative area of the country. I mean, despite us having a Democrat governor, that was because of Richmond and Virginia Beach and Norfolk. But the rest of Virginia, man, we're like, she got booed off the fucking stage. The governor of Virginia got booed off the stage down in Galax, Virginia at the Fiddler competition.
Well, it's like the Illinois, man. If we broke Chicago off, the rest of the downstate from Illinois, well, except for where I live, is pretty liberal. But outside of that, I'm up north by there too. So, but outside of that, I mean, rest of the downstate is all blue collar farmer, you know, hardworking people that they don't represent anything that outside of that stupid ass city.
No, that's the same thing with California.
Right. Well,
they got Los Angeles and San Francisco and all that shit.
It's a little more spread out there, but yeah.
So I was pretty. This actually went out on Fox. I couldn't believe it.
Well, Peter, I know Donald Trump watches your show, and so I will say to him directly, Mr. Trump, you are the first president in American history to start and lose a war by yourself. You have made America more weak, more alone, and less respected. Congress has to take back the steering wheel from this impaired driver before we end up in a third quagmire in the Middle East of the 21st century. That starts with ending the escalation. He keeps on trying to escalate vertically, meaning more effects on target. Iran escalates horizontally, bringing in other regional players, other infrastructure assets into the fight. Iran is winning that escalation ratchet. We got to stop it. We got to negotiate transit through the Strait of Hormuz. Then we have to strengthen the Abraham Accords. But that is going to be a decadal process. It's not going to happen in this guy's term because he's too incompetent.
I can't believe that actually they didn't cut it off or have a technical difficulty or some shit like that on Fox. Fox is like the, I don't know, like the last cheerleader squad that he's got. That's actually,
for the most part, I have noticed that they did put out the thing about him being the lowest rated, you know, approval rating or whatever too. So I don't know, there might be a shift going on there. Who knows what it's for? Who just makes you wonder who they're going to try and push forward. You know, it ain't gonna be nothing good either. But
yeah. This is the Fox CEO. This is interesting.
After surveilling the CEO of Flock for 3 days, my private investigator found 3 separate cars, 3 separate routes, and 3 different plates. If the man who made his fortune recording your license plate changes his own every day to preserve his privacy, then what does that tell you about the value of privacy itself? The reality is, the evidence that Flock prevents crime is non-existent. Cities that have been covered in Flock cameras saw the same crime reduction as cities with none, because crime fell nationwide everywhere at the same time. Flock simply stood in front of a falling curve it didn't.
Let's take a look at what this graph is trying to tell us. So it's from the Council on Criminal Justice. It's from 2021 through 2025, and it's for homicides. So this is a crime index. It's saying that nationwide from 2021 through 2025, crime fell 36%. And then it's saying in Houston, Texas, it fell at that exact same rate at 36%. So why is this significant? Why Houston, Texas? Well, there's a big reason why. Because in Houston, Texas, they are very heavily saturated with Flock cameras. They have around 3,800 Flock cameras in the entire area of Houston. So if you have 3,800 Flock cameras, you would expect that the crime rate would fall much sharper. It would be a much more drastic decline, but that's not what we're seeing. Even with 3,800 Flock cameras, crime rate only fell at the national average.
Huh. They're saying
never-
it actually hasn't done anything.
It's never about safety.
No. They say public safety is the creed of tyrants and the mantra of slaves. And it is.
I agree.
Is this the one? This the one. Yeah, we got. Let me see.
Boy, man, the cicadas around here have been going to town lately. I heard them the
Oh,
other
yeah?
day. Yeah, during the day, it was crazy. They were loud as hell. Hey, Dreamy.
Dreamy here?
Yep.
Oh, what did I do that for? God damn it.
I don't know. Good question. What did you do that for?
I don't know. Man. Oh, this
Who's
is
pulling
pretty
the strings
crazy.
there?
So these ICE agents, they stop for coffee.
Mhm.
And you know what we were just talking about, cops, how they want to park all stupid and shit because they think they're entitled, right?
Mhm.
There's these app users are finding innovative ways to lawfully and constitutionally resist ICE. They noticed ICE agents parking like douchebags who think they own the place while grabbing food or coffee. Spotters have teamed up with property owners and tow truck operators. ICE gets spotted, property owners are alerted, and then the tow truck drivers move in. This is fucked, man. This is completely fucked.
Apparently, there's a bunch of tow truck drivers in LA and around where ICE is raiding, and they're following around the ICE vehicles. And the ICE vehicles are often parking illegally so that they can go, kidnap people and drag them into their cars. So the tow truck drivers are following them, and the minute that they park, the tow trucks are towing the ICE vehicles away.
It's good for the goose. It's good for the gander.
Yes, sir. I love it. I love it. People are pretty innovative. And look at these fuckers are acting really out of control shit going on with these fuckers, man. This is crazy. I can't believe they're pulling this shit. Pull your
Maybe
gun
we
on
should
somebody.
build a wall. We should build a wall around Washington. You know what I'm saying? Let's build a wall away from them. Wall them in. Let's build the whole wall.
The Fletcher Memorial Home.
There you go.
For incurable tyrants and kings. They all go in there and it's like Escape from New York. You don't get to come fucking out. You don't get to come out. You just go with what you can do in there, and there'll be like a monthly grub drop. Or we'll like fly over in a C-130.
Drop some
push out a
MREs.
couple. So yeah, here's some MREs for you. You're gonna like that shit. No, they're just burn them. Fuck them.
That end result. Yeah.
I'm serious, man. I'm serious. I'm just
build
like,
a wall,
holy
trap them
shit.
in, then take flights over and drop tar on them, and then light it on fire.
Well, there you go. You
Yeah.
could just napalm them.
Right.
For entertainment purposes only.
Entertainment purposes only.
I'm sure I
we
would
don't
be
have no
thoroughly entertained.
We obviously don't have the means to do this.
Well, that's not entirely. It's not a hard substance to
Well, I
make.
meant me
really.
and you.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's not a hard substance to make.
Right.
Some gelatinous material and gasoline seem to do the trick.
I saw it on a MacGyver episode once.
Yeah. You take a rubber band and a paper clip and a tampon. And
It's a chewy gum foil.
Yep, and then you can make a bomb.
Yeah, you recorded us. You almost ran us over.
I didn't almost
You
run
almost ran us over.
You're
Stop
so
playing.
full of shit.
Stop.
Listen to the accent. That was something that got me. This is an ICE agent. Listen to his accent.
playing.
You are full of shit.
All right? You're not funny.
You're not funny.
I will arrest you. Keep it up.
I'm a legal citizen.
Keep it up. I don't care.
Oh my
I'll
goodness.
flip the car back you up.
Okay. For what?
The one that tried to run us over.
Run you over when? I got recording. I got dash cam. That's a lie. Y'all fucking full of shit. You're full of shit. I got a dash cam. I never tried to run you over. It don't fucking matter. I ain't scared of y'all. The fuck? Y'all some bitches.
J-Lo don't play.
You're a fucking bitch. Turn right, then turn left. Are you really?
Are you following us?
No, I'm not.
Are you following us?
I'm actually
This is your
leaving
warning,
cards. I'm leaving cards.
Just so you know, you need to stop following us, all right? This is your warning. Stop following us. Yeah, you recorded us. You almost ran us over.
I didn't almost
You
run you
almost
over.
ran us over.
You're
Stop
so
playing.
full of shit.
Stop playing.
You are full of shit.
All right? You're not funny.
You're not funny.
I will arrest you. Keep it up.
I'm a legal citizen.
I don't matter.
Oh my goodness.
Keep it up. Lock you up.
Okay. For what?
The one that tried to run us over.
Run you over when? I got recording. I got dash cam. I got dash cam. That's a lie. Y'all fucking full of shit. You're full of shit. I got a dash cam. I never tried to run you over. It don't fucking matter. I ain't scared of y'all.
Good for her.
I thought, or is that just one state that they weren't allowed to wear their masks anymore? Was that just Minnesota or something?
I think that was just Minnesota. Yeah.
Should be federal.
It should be. Absolutely. I mean, wait a second, you know, if it's not, now this is what gets me, man. 4 years ago, they'd have been yelling at you, put the fucking mask on.
Mm-hmm.
Now you get people freaking out because you're wearing one. Now, if I go out in public and I'm wearing a mask like that, people will object to it.
Right.
Right? Why?
Because they're
I don't
afraid.
get it. Well, before they were afraid if you didn't have it on. So
I don't know.
see, that's what I'm saying.
I
She should have just let them arrest her and then sue the living shit out of them.
Yeah, I mean, like the National Guard or the military, they're not wearing masks. They're nothing hiding behind masked men.
No.
But I don't know.
No. Why do you need your identity protected so badly?
Right.
And if everything you're doing is on the up and up, then you should be proud.
Why don't they have
right?
badge numbers like cops and everything?
Right. Why are you so non-identifiable? Why are you like a secret police?
Yeah, we've heard of that before.
Mm-hmm. You sure have. You sure have. Well, what do they say? God. Oh, and tomorrow, guys.
Oh, sweet.
Tomorrow,
Yes, it is. Strap it up.
What's that?
Said strap up.
Yeah, man. We're going to lose gravity for 7 seconds.
What time does that happen?
I don't know. They didn't give I'm waiting for it. I got my boots bolted to the floor. And I'm going to put on my boots and just stand there like all day.
What are the puppy dogs going to do?
I got them strapped down too. I got seatbelts strapped. I'll get out some ratchet straps and a nail gun.
Nice.
In fact, we better get on that here. It's almost it's another hour is going to be tomorrow for where I'm at. So is this going to be worldwide all at once, or is it just going to kind of go by time zone?
Yeah. How's that work with time change? The planets are supposed to align too, supposedly.
Oh, that's probably why we're going to lose gravity.
And there's a solar eclipse, I believe. So it's just chock full of fun tomorrow or today, wherever you're at.
See, that's just the whole thing right there. See, but I got news for you. I got news for everybody out there. We never had gravity in the first fucking place.
So you don't have nothing to worry about.
That's a lie.
Should get a jar and capture some of it.
What's that guy's name? Michio Kaku?
Yeah.
The Japanese physicist.
Yeah.
He said, man, we lied to you. There is no force pulling anything. It's dumb. I mean, this is the whole thing. And especially when they get into this gas pressure thing. And it's, you can have gas pressure next to a vacuum if you slowly feathers out. And I says, well, wait a second. You don't really have any proof of it doing that. Okay. you can measure it up to a certain altitude, but then pretty soon you can't really get up there to measure the barometric pressure, you know? Now
Mhm.
you're mathematically assuming that it follows some kind of a pattern or something, but you don't exclusively know that. In fact, one of the reasons that a rocket starts to arc over is because it gets up into the atmosphere where it's thin and it's harder to thrust. And so it starts falling over, as any long cylindrical object will want to do.
Mhm.
And it starts to go over. It's not going anywhere but up into the ocean some fucking where, you know?
Mhm.
But it's because of the lack of medium. You're getting less and less medium to push off of. This is why airplanes have a height limit.
Right.
You know, it's because there's not enough there to support the surfaces. It would have to be ridiculous, the size of the surface and the speed you'd have to go. So yeah, it's just there ain't no gravity, so don't worry, we ain't gonna lose nothing. And if you do, you won't live to tell about it. I can tell you that now, right?
Mhm.
There's Jess, the artist known as Jess.
Iran has finally had enough of Trump's bullshit. They came out today, they said, we will do no negotiations with Donald Trump. We're just going to sit back, wait it out, and then wait for the next president, and maybe we'll negotiate with him. The American people are all like, what? Trump doesn't do what he says? Tell us more, Iran. We don't have any experience with this. And Iran was like, oh, really? And they were like, yeah, every time that he says we're negotiating and that we're going to make a deal, then he bombs us. And then he threatens to bomb us. And then he claims we have another fucking deal. Basically, he hasn't done any of what he fucking said he would do. And the American people are all sitting here, God, that sounds really fucking familiar. Like, why can I not put my finger on that? Accountability. What was it? Gas under $2. Yeah, there was a bunch of things. I don't know, Iran. Like, are you sure? Are you sure it's Donald Trump that's just fucking blowing smoke up your ass and fucking making shit up all the time? I don't know where they're getting it from. Like what? He told you he was going to do something, and then he did the complete opposite. He Jewed you. Oh, you got Jewed, yeah. And Israel's out there. They're fucking BB Netanyahu has declared that he will make Trump fight Iran to the very last man. They're gonna stall this out until after midterms, take a couple years to build up some bombs, and then they're gonna come back and fucking take another fucking swipe. This is never ending. They're actually out there saying they're gonna build pipelines. They're gonna build pipelines to bypass all of the fucking Straits Hormuz. They're like, yeah, U.S. officials are out there today and Israelis saying, yeah, we're just going to build pipelines and we'll bypass the Strait of Hormuz because that'll only take 15 minutes. No, pipelines don't take 5 or 10 years. I'm going to build them underground. You're going to have to build them underground. You think Iran's just going to sit over there and let you fucking... This is the blind leading the fucking retarded that have no fucking clue what they're doing, even though everybody who told them this would happen, well, they're anti-Semitic and they're racist. So here we are, another endless war brought to you by the cocksuckers in tiny hats. Congratulations to us. Here's to the fall of the empire. Good luck to us all. Long live the Republic.
I wanted to thank Nathan Bowers for his donation. Thank you very much, my friend. Very much appreciated. I don't know. I still haven't heard anything about going to do that crown molding. And here we are coming up Wednesday. I'm like, what the fuck, man? Might go down here to I saw the sign down here at the door factory that they're hiring. I might go down there and take something for a while.
What do they do? Just put doors in?
No, they build them. They make them.
Oh, they build them. Okay.
It's Owens Corning. Used to be Masonite. I worked there once years and years ago. But back then, man, that place was talk about a death trap, man. That place was really dangerous. Oh my God, man. It was really bad. I wasn't fond of things at that place at all. But anyways, it was work. But yeah, I mean, they were using like the wrong tools for the wrong stuff. Like they had this machine that automatically drill a blind hole into a bifold door, you know, so you can put those pegs, right? And it's a 2-stage process. The first drill set comes in and drills it out, and then the second one you're supposed to use a flat bit drill, and it comes in and then flattens it out, right? Well, they had the fucking flat end drills in both sets. So it was just and then wondering why the motors were burning out on the fucking first set of drills.
Yeah.
And I was trying to tell the dude, he got and he got actually upset about it, you know. But I even tried to phrase it. I said, dude, I think it's because you got the wrong drill bits in that thing, man. You need the regular boring bit, and then that goes in and makes a flat bottom. I says, you don't have to say I told you, just you came up with it, right?
Just make it right.
Yeah. But fuck it. You want the machine to go down? I don't give a shit. You have it broke down, waiting on parts or whatever else, all you want to. You're just costing the company money, you know. Whatever. Fucking losers. Oh no, how much more can we take?
So I take it they've turned a corner and they've been there all these years, right?
Well, they've been under different names. They were one.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I mean, since I've been here, they went from Premdor, and then they got bought by Masonite, and now they're owned by Owens Corning. So I don't know. I don't know what the reputation, probably same. You know, it's kind of it's got kind of a Billy Bob nepotism that goes on in there. You know, it's one of those types of places where it's, you know, his brother-in-law is a foreman and the son-in-law is this guy, and it's like, yeah, cousins and shit like that. Uncle Mom is the secretary. Who just sent that, Zach? Oh, okay. I'll have to look at that later. Anyway, where am I? I'm here.
How long do we have? Shit, it's already here, buddy.
I know, right? It's like you can see over the cliff. I can tell you that.
There is a drastic shift. Oh, sorry.
What is it? Go ahead.
I was just gonna say after 2020, there was a drastic shift. I don't know how to quantify it, but something.
I know
something broke free in the matrix, and I don't know. It's just been wild times since. I mean, it was always crazy before. Don't get me wrong, but like after 2020, there was a drastic shift in the. I don't know. You know, like I said, I don't know what you want to call it, but just
lunacy.
Yeah, I mean, there's that. It just, I don't know. Like everybody's at each other's throat. I don't know. It's just things have shifted.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's, you know, I think what it is there's
stressful times.
Yeah, there's the enlightened, the awakened,
yeah,
that are kind of at war with the NPCs.
Yeah, there is that.
You see, that's kind of what it is, you know?
Yeah.
Because at this point in time, if people can't see what the fuck is happening, they're not going to see it. They're not ever. They're too far gone. They're too immersed in the illusion of it, you know? And they think everything, and those are the people that's going to hit the hardest. People that are in denial about what's actually happening. You know, they think everything's all hunky-dory. Well, they said on the news, yeah, I know what they said. Look around you. You mean to tell me they got the money to put up all these motherfucking cameras and shit, but they don't got the money to fix the fucking potholes in the road?
Yeah, I know. That's
what? We can't take care of kids that are underprivileged and shit like that, but we can spend billions on war?
Yeah. It's like around here, even. I was just talking about this today. I live next to the Mississippi River. We get floods practically, I don't know, at the very least once every 5 years or so, if not more than that. But anyway, we've been needing a flood wall for forever, since before I was around. And it's like And they continuously, like now, they want to dump $300,000 in the. It looks like a freaking hot dog stand. It's some kind of old inn sitting next to the Mississippi River, but they want to restore that. It's like, here's an idea. Why don't you build a flood wall so that it wouldn't keep getting damaged by all the flood waters? And then they put like some $1 million park. I mean, I mean, it happens on a level across the United States, everywhere, but it's just, I don't know, worse than, it's like the people put in these no bid contracts or contracts to their buddies, and nothing gets done. They take the money and then jet somewhere. It's
Yep.
because nothing ever gets done in the long run. They
I guarantee you, if you got deep into it and looked, you would find a whole chain of nepotistic corruption. Right down to the material costs, all that shit. There's people fucking scraping little bits off every bit of that, including the developer, because he's got that insured, right? And he's going to take out flood insurance because he knows goddamn sure well it's going to get flooded.
Yeah. I mean, they want to build these parks, right? I mean, these parks, they say they cost them, I don't know, $1-2 million. It's like, where'd the other $999,000 go? Because you could get the equipment they put on these parks, you can get at the local hardware store. It's like, I could have put this in my backyard. It's like, there's no way this cost $1 million to put this in here.
Well, Cubby, they had to go and get it, and they had to get in the vehicle and drive a freaking dump truck to go and pick it up. Yeah. It needed 7 people to carry it out of the building.
So
that's where it all went.
Yeah.
It only took 2 people to go get it down at the hardware store.
A woman had to make a phone call, and she got paid freaking $45 an hour. Oh, that's an hour's pay.
Yeah. That's what it feels like.
Yeah. It's just.
It's like with the road crews. They got the cone putter downer.
Yeah.
And then they got the cone picker upper.
Yeah.
And then they got the guy standing over there with a clipboard looking aimlessly into the distance guy.
Mm-hmm.
You got to pay all these people in order to have the roads done. You got to do that.
Yep.
And then you got, shovel holder upper. That guy, he's standing there while one guy's digging.
Guy.
Yeah. Flag guy.
Sign turner guy.
And plus the 4 details, if it's a state road, that's even more money. Now you got to have a whole crew. And you got to have 4 cops standing there with a flashlight standing there. One guy sitting in the car. There's a supervisor. I did this. I did it all.
Yeah. Did it. I'm not disparaging anybody who's in construction because they're out there trying to make a living too.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I was a roads guy.
A lot of waste.
Yeah.
And usually in the name of using. Oh, you know what I seen them doing? I know you'll know this is wrong. I saw them out here in a cherry picker truck looking at the telephone lines, and there was a guy in the bucket extended up there, and they was driving down the road. I'm like, that right there, if somebody saw that, dude, they would shut you down in a fucking heartbeat.
That's an OSHA fine right there.
Big time.
I did nighttime road stuff, Cubby, for like 3 years when I started working for the state. And they would have us go out. We'd drop cones. They'd have to call the state police because they're state roads. The state police would have to sit there with the lights on. Then they would have the cleanup guys come through and walk, normally felons, and have the felons walk through the coned off areas with, armed guys. And then we'd have to go through after them and pick up all the cones and dead animals. So we get dead animal calls. We'd have to go out at nighttime, not daytime, because, so we got more money to do it at night. It was more money per hour. They'd have us paint every railing and change any sign and dig every hole in the middle of summer. Like, that's how I got my cut, and I had to work my ass off. Like, if I said no one time, if I said I can't be there, then they would call the next guy, and the next guy would come in until somebody else said no, and they would do a round robin of people until it came back to you again. So whenever they would call me, I would never say no. It didn't matter. Sick, middle of winter, hurricane, didn't make a difference. Whatever we had to do, you couldn't say no.
You know what I think would be? You know what I think would be a pretty cool job? Is shooting nutria rats.
Yeah, they do it in Louisiana. They'll pay you for the tails.
Yeah, no shit, man.
Yeah.
No shit. I think there's a bounty on them too. There's people
Yeah,
that make their whole living just going around at night shooting fucking nutria rats.
Yep. Some people eat them, which I thought was weird. I didn't know you could do that, but some people eat them. Yeah. It's like an invasive species. I don't know how it got there. If somebody
Well, they brought it in because here's an interesting story. So to stop erosion, they brought in this plant called the kudza. Okay. And it's invasive. Okay. It does stop erosion, but it also chokes up waterways and shit. So it's really a bad deal. Okay. We've got it here. It grows on the mountains. It grows like a foot a day. And they have to keep going in there and cutting it down. And so to solve that problem, they brought in nutria rats. Nutria rats eat that, I guess. And now there's nothing that eats the nutria rats. So
yeah, because they kill everything and they eat everything.
yeah, I mean,
It's just like
they don't
Japanese
have any
beetles and Asian carp.
Yes. Yes. And Siamese cats.
Yeah.
God damn it. I hate it when your cat, you got two cats stuck together like that. That's just inconvenient, especially with a litter box, you know? Who's aiming where?
Which hole is it coming out of?
You know those conjoined twins?
Yeah.
Those girls?
That
You know they
hasn't
got
happened in a
married?
while.
You know
Oh,
they
yeah,
got
I know.
married. Well,
That's
how
the
do you
one
know
dude.
which one you actually married? Who owns the you know, I mean, is it
It's
they both
shared.
did they both come? I mean, that's what I'm wondering, you know.
They haven't, like, that hasn't happened in a while. At least I haven't seen it happen, and doesn't mean it hasn't. You know, conjoined twins. For a while
Yeah.
back in the day, that used to be a thing, you know, but now you don't really hear about it too much.
Yeah, they had them at the circus a lot of times. They used to. I remember when I was really little, my dad took me to the
Thank
circus, and he
P.T.
took me
Barnum.
to he took me to the freak show, and it was really crazy, man. There were some malformed people in there, and then they had this tent, and they had this jar with God knows how old this thing was, but it was a two-headed human baby in this jar, pickled. And
Well, now you don't even have to pay to go anywhere to see them. You can just get on a Glover channel, and there you go.
or go to Walmart. That works too.
Walmart's
Walmart
another
at
one.
midnight.
My wife and I was in there, and we saw some kind of a really heavy set, misshapen dude with a beard and makeup, wearing a gown, rolling through the Walmart one night. I was like, what in the fuck is that? And she's always worried about it because she's always worried that I'm going to say something, you know, inappropriate.
Yeah, me too.
You know, and sometimes I do, but I didn't that time. Yeah, that was really, yeah.
I went to the plant nursery this weekend, and there was one of them, them's there. I was leaving.
Oh, God.
Like, thank you, sir.
Listen.
I ain't playing your game.
Where's the people stuck singing "Taste the Biscuit"? You know, the
You know, that's what they need to do. That they need to have like some remember those flash mobs that would do shit?
yeah.
Have a Taste the Biscuit flash mob. That would be
That's interesting.
Toasters and Moose 2026 tour. You know, sell tickets.
You're gonna have to start planning for 2027 at this point.
Who was
Yeah,
that
they're
chick that had the Tourette's that you played the video of? The one,
The girl?
Yeah, the girl who was like,
Chris
buddy,
Cuomo.
your biscuit, fat ass.
That was Braylon, I think's her name, or something like that. She's a goofball on
Somebody
Hang on.
like TLC or something.
I got somebody backstage, and they're obviously a troll because they're playing a loop video.
No
of somebody
way.
on camera. Yeah.
Oh, say it isn't
Yeah.
so.
Right when we started talking about the two-headed clowns, huh?
Yeah. He's playing a loop, thinking I'm gonna think that's a real guy or something. Oh Lord! And he calls himself Baby Dick.
I believe that part.
That's a high class.
Yeah.
High class.
Oh, this is amazing. It's the exact same fucking thing. I wonder how long till his hand goes to sleep. It's just him doing this.
That's crazy. That's
Wow.
wild.
Put your own biscuit, fat ass.
Yep, he quit. He gave up.
Oh.
Who takes time out of their day to do stuff? That's something I can't fathom.
That important to them to do too.
I know.
You know, that important to them to do that shit. That they, you know, I'm going to sit there, I'm going to get him to pull me up, and then I'll show something weird. And it's like, no, you're not.
I'm gonna make a
fuck off.
profile. I'm gonna put something crazy on it. I might go to a show I've never heard of or
Mm-hmm.
don't have no interest in, and then I'm gonna do something really sick on it. It's like, why?
I know.
What
I
is
know.
going on? I don't know.
They
Why
really
trying to
think
figure
they've
it out?
done something. They really think they've done something if they do that too.
So
Sad. There's more of that fucking insanity that we were talking about.
Yeah.
That's more of it. I think this social media is making fucking people crazy. What'd you
Oh,
say?
for sure. Absolutely it is.
Yeah, I was just going to agree with you. I put a thing in the back about I was reading the other day about I don't mean to change the subject, but I wanted to just show you the link. I meant to show it to you last time, but I forgot about they're talking about when a peak for diesel because there's diesel shortages.
Oh, yeah, that's another thing. Yeah, the gas. People don't realize it that they've been tapping our reserves for the oil and the gas that we've been using right now.
They said it's the lowest it's been in 40 years.
Yeah,
That's what I was going to bring up earlier when you were talking about how, you know, Iran said they didn't want to talk to this administration anymore. They're going to wait till the next one. It's like, yeah, but you wouldn't think that coming out of the Trump administration. They're still telling you because they're manipulating the market. So they want to tell they want to tell the AI good things. So the market stays quote unquote stabilized. But
yep, the AI doesn't know a lie.
Apparently not.
No,
or
it
it's
doesn't.
not designed to catch it.
Well, let's see what this
on
fellow's got.
purpose, probably, but
I keep thinking he's got a 3rd Armored Division thing on his shirt for some reason. I don't know.
For those with eyes that can see, how long do you think we have here in America before things drastically change overnight?
To the average person, I would say get your board in the water and prepare to paddle like all get out. The tsunami of a lifetime is coming, and nothing your elders have seen is going to prepare. There's no good advice to give that's specific. Let's put it this way. One of the things when people tell me about they're moving from one city to another, I have a phrase that nobody likes, which is every place is over. Oh, I'm moving to Austin. Yeah, it's over. Miami, it's over. Nashville, over. You know, all these places are over. And every occupation that is named is over. I'm going to be a dentist, radiologist, accountant, teacher. These are all over. Whatever's coming, get flexible, get good on a bunch of different stuff. Learn how to think across disciplines. I have no idea what's going to be left for us. But, you know, somebody's going to come out on top. And I hate to tell people that you should try to come out on top. I don't think it's healthy to have everyone trying to be world class. I think you should be able to just have a life. And I have a golden retriever. I don't know that it's the greatest golden retriever in the world. Sometimes I think it is, but he does a lot of dumb stuff. But he's my golden retriever. I just don't think it. I think that this mania for optimization, like if you look at your own videos, you'll find some of the best performing videos are, this is how to succeed. This is how to get anyone you want. This is how to get out of a bad situation. People just want capacity. But for what? Okay, you've optimized your day. You've optimized your health. Your social media is optimized. Now what?
So again, how long do you think we have until things drastically change here in America? Would love your thoughts below.
It's a good question. How long do you think?
Well, Godhart said about 1 to 4 months, possibly. Let me say one thing real quick about that guy you had on there, Eric Weinstein. Don't listen to that son of a bitch, because he's one of the people that were preaching about getting the jab during COVID and all
Was
that.
he?
Hell yeah. His last name, are you kidding me? Weinstein.
Weinstein.
But
Yeah, they're everywhere. They're
Right.
everywhere on there. They're everywhere you look. It's like they're in there yippee yapping about some kind of shit.
Yeah.
You know,
I think times will get tough. I don't know how drastic it's gonna. Don't panic either. That's not the way to go. But definitely, like hope for the best, prepare for the worst. But yeah, I think things are definitely going to drastically decline. How badly, I don't know, but I wouldn't. I'd at least be somewhat prepared, nonetheless.
Buy Vienna sausages now.
Gross.
Yeah, right. I got some.
I'd eat them in a pinch.
I'm just kidding. I don't know. Normally up here, because we're up in the snow belt, in the winter, the price of fuel goes up, and we're oil and wood. So I use a combination of wood to kind of supplement the oil. This oil last year was shit to fill. I think 100 gallons was $600, almost $700 for 100 gallons.
You have to.
I mean, you can make lifestyle changes and stuff like that. Like I said, you don't have to panic. In fact, don't panic. They want you in fear, but just make sure that you're prepared nonetheless.
You got to collect up yak shit and use it for fuel. Use it for cooking.
That's right.
Get some pussy willows.
What? What kind of willows?
You know what kind.
Bio bricks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shut up, dumbass.
Shut up, Beavis.
But yeah, if oil goes up really, if they have oil shortages, then, I mean, especially up here, because it's the wintertime logistics, them delivering it takes more fuel, so they charge you more. So see what happens.
Yeah, well, I don't think it's going to be good in any case. No. I think it's how bad will it be?
Yeah.
Because it's inevitable. I mean, it's inevitable. Yeah. Ain't you the same two boys that was whacking off in my tool shed?
Thank Trump. He's, all this winning.
Beaver and bunghole.
Remember when the teacher was singing that song about lesbian seagull?
Yeah.
Fly up high, lesbian seagull. I'm like, oh my God.
Oh boy. The one where they're adults is pretty funny. They're adults now. I find those pretty comical, the newer ones.
Oh, they have new ones?
Yeah, they're adults now, and but they haven't changed a bit. But Butthead got really fat, and Beavis is. You have to see him.
I'll have to check that out. What's it on?
Is it on Paramount? It might be on Paramount.
Well, I'll check after I get off here. I'll look for it.
You can find they got clips and stuff on YouTube. You can see most of it. They're not very long anyway.
There you go. So I put it in the private chat for you.
What is that?
Good old lesbian seagull.
Oh no. I ain't gonna be able to show that.
Yeah, they probably get you like they do South Park.
Yeah. Any South Park, anything like that, they try to dig
anything fun. They gotta ruin all the fun.
Yeah, they do. They're fucking. You're not having fun in a government-approved manner. Therefore, we are going to give some government to you. Ha! We shall say nee.
Fella, imagine a cruise ship gliding through the clouds. No engines screaming, no turbulence, just silence, and a view that stretches forever. In the 1930s, that was reality. Thousands of passengers crossed the Atlantic in floating hotels, faster than any ocean liner, with more luxury than first-class trains. Then, within a single decade, the entire industry of airships vanished, and the story they gave us? A single fire.
The numbers are absurd. The LZ-127 Graf Zeppelin routinely carried 20 passengers and 25 tons of cargo over 10,000 kilometers in 5 days. A similar payload by air? Only in 1982, with the AN-124, did fixed-wing aviation catch up to what airships did half a century earlier. By 1937, the Hindenburg was lifting 100 tons with private cabins, a dining room, a lounge, even a piano. That's not a blimp, that's a flying luxury liner.
Bro, you're telling me we had silent, smooth sky yachts before the jumbo jet and we just gave them up over one crash? That's like scrapping every cruise ship because the Titanic sank.
Giggity! And can you imagine the private cabins on those things? The walls were probably thin enough to hear the turbulence next door.
Get your mind out of the gondola, Quagmire. Here's where the official story falls apart. It wasn't just the Hindenburg. Within 7 years, 1930 to 1937, 4 of the world's most advanced rigid airships were destroyed. Britain's R-101, the USS Akron, the USS Macon, and the Hindenburg. All catastrophic, all suspicious.
R-101 crashed in France in 1930, killing 48. The official cause was bad weather, but the inquiry found the ship was undertested, forced into service by political pressure, and carrying outdated navigation charts. The USS Akron went down in 1933 with 73 aboard, the deadliest airship disaster ever after flying into a storm over the Atlantic. Its sister ship, the Macon, suffered structural failure in 1935. Oddly, the Macon's wreckage was found by fishermen who were never officially debriefed.
So 4 flying hotels just happen to drop out of the sky back to back, right when they start making ocean liners look like snail mail? That ain't accident, that's a pattern, bro.
Or the universe really hates people who enjoy cocktails at 4,000 feet. I'm not ruling out a vengeful god who prefers his clouds alcohol-free.
Then there's the helium problem. The Hindenburg was designed for non-flammable helium, but the U.S., the world's only supplier, refused to sell it to Germany, so they filled it with hydrogen, the same hydrogen that had been safely used in dozens of Zeppelins for decades. If helium embargoes caused the switch, and the switch caused the fire, who really lit the match?
The fire itself. Multiple independent investigations noted a strange, sudden explosion, not a slow burn. Witnesses saw a blue flash near the tail before the fire. Sabotage theories persist to this day. A bomb, a static discharge ignition from doped fabric, or something more deliberate. The official narrative, it was hydrogen, doesn't explain why the ship went from intact to inferno in 34 seconds.
So either we're the dumbest engineers ever, or someone wanted the sky cruise industry dead before it made trains and ships obsolete.
Now zoom out. After these accidents, rigid airships disappeared from civilian skies, but the U.S. Navy kept flying blimps for anti-submarine patrols until 1962. So the tech wasn't the problem. What else could airships do that planes couldn't? They could hover silently for hours. They could land without runways. They could access places no other vehicle could, like the deep interior of the South Pole.
Admiral Richard Byrd led Operation High Jump in 1947, a massive Antarctic expedition with 4,700 men, aircraft carriers, and reconnaissance planes. His logs mention lands beyond the pole, strange aerial craft, and an entry describing a green, ice-free valley with living mammoths. Those logs were classified. Today, satellite images over certain polar regions are frequently blurred, and what could easily map those regions? A low-flying, silent airship cruising for days without refueling.
So they didn't ban airships because they were unsafe. They banned them because they could fly slow and low over places we're not supposed to see.
Giggity! And here I thought the only conspiracy was how I get seated next to a crying baby every flight. Now you're telling me the whole aviation industry is a cover so nobody floats over the ice wall and sees a woolly mammoth? That's so much cooler.
Today, the technology is superior. Hybrid electric airships could carry 2,000 passengers in luxury, cruise the stratosphere at over 1,000 kilometers per hour, and emit almost nothing. Lockheed's LMH-1, the Airlander. Prototypes exist, but no giant ever takes off. Funding evaporates. Regulations tighten. Accidents. Delay tests.
Bro, we went from sky palaces to knee-cramp tin cans, and we act like that's progress. Maybe it's time we ask why the sky is empty.
What do you think? Was it safety or was it secrecy? Let me know in the comment.
Interesting.
Why does Cleveland, every time Cleveland speaks, his smoke alarm beeps?
That's kind of a joke. Because it is said that black people don't hear the low battery warning in their smoke alarms, and so it's always beeping. Now, I have noticed that a couple of times myself. I'm like, what's that beeping? They're like, what are you talking about? I said, that beeping noise. And father says, your smoke alarm battery's low. He says, oh. I'm like, how do you not fucking hear that, man? Oh, I just never noticed it. What? It's designed to notice it. You know? That's the point, you know?
That's why it beeps.
Right. That's the point behind it. You know, it's alerting you, you know? Wow. Anyway, I don't know. That's a running joke I've heard. And having something to back it up with, too. Oh, this is a pretty good joke. You guys ready for a good joke? You got to be. All right.
Always.
All right. This is a good one.
So Donald Trump dies and he goes to hell. And when he gets there, he meets the devil, and the devil says, listen, you're definitely meant to be here, but we don't have any room for you. So in order for us to accept you in, we're going to have to let somebody go. He said, but I'm going to make it fair, and I'm going to let you choose who gets to leave. So come with me. So he takes Trump to 3 different doors, and he says, behind one of these doors is somebody you can set free and take their place. He said, but like I said, I'm going to let you make the decision. So Donald Trump opens the first door, and he sees Barack Obama, and he's jumping off a diving board, landing in the pool, getting out of the pool, getting on the diving board and jumping back in, and he's doing it over and over repeatedly. And Trump goes, I don't think I can, I don't think I can do this for eternity. So no, I don't think I can do this. So the devil says, all right, we'll check door number 2. So he opens up door number 2, and George Bush is in there, and he's got a hammer, and he's breaking rocks. And he just keeps breaking rocks just consistently. Like he breaks one rock, another rock appears. And Trump goes, I got a bad shoulder, golf injury, can't be doing that either. So let's go back and check door number 3. So the devil takes him to door number 3, and he opens the door, and Bill Clinton's strapped to a bed. And Monica Lewinsky comes in and does what Monica Lewinsky was famous for doing over and over and over again. And Trump goes, I think I could, I think I can handle this. I can get used to this. So yeah, I'll take door number 3. The devil says, all right, Monica, you're free to go. So
I thought that was a pretty good one, man.
Old Monica.
A variation on an old joke. What does this say? Sorry. Oh yeah. Okay, hold on. I've been in this discussion. In fact, I got into it with Toon today on Facebook about having a specific volume of gases without physical containment. And he can't do it. He can't do it. He says, do you have any proof that can't exist? And I says, why, Michael, I am ashamed of you resorting to such a tactic as asking one to prove a negative. I said, this has never been observed in nature or in a controlled environment. So what the fuck are you talking about? You have a claim that's never been observed. You have to demonstrate that. And don't just point at the sky. And I think you come back with something like, well, you're dumb. Like, that's all he's got. He's an idiot. He's a fucking idiot. I don't know how these people think that this
I don't even talk to the guy.
Could exist. Oh, I like to needle him. He had a thing up for his show, a post he put out on the Flat Earth groups about one of his upcoming shows, and I commented and said, you could go to this utter snooze fest with this effeminate freak, or you could go to my show and be thoroughly entertained. And I put a link to my channel.
So the only place he goes to put that in is the Flat Earth channels or whatever, groups or whatever.
Yeah, on his page, he's got
why not? So,
well, because the shit's dying off, man.
Yeah,
the shit's dying off. That's the whole thing.
Like you don't go to other groups and put your show up.
He was on Nathan Oakley's during the week and got his ass handed to him by his own words from 4 years ago.
I heard
he
about
said
that.
something about it was horrible, and he vehemently, oh no, you're taken out of context while he's actually talking about the exact same thing.
Uh-huh.
And then he instantly went to, why don't you beat your kids, Nathan, or some kind of shit like that. He started to talk like just the most classless shit.
We need to bring back Celebrity Deathmatch.
Just the most classless shit you could ever see. It's like, why do that? Just say, okay, well, maybe I'll have to look into this, and we'll send me the article. Do something else. Why go to that? I mean, he was just embarrassed by himself. And
he's a creep.
It's like, I didn't say anything. It wasn't me. It's you. It's your own words.
Right. You're contradicting yourself. God damn it.
Nobody even knows these people. That's man. I should have done that while I was at the flea market. Next flea market I go to, I'm gonna go around. I'm gonna ask if anybody knows any. Like, do you know such and such? And I guarantee you, it'll be 0 out of 100 people I ask will know any, including myself. I'll even throw myself in there. You know, Chicago Cubby Bear? Never heard of them. It's like they're just legends in their own mind. These people, they think that because I have a channel on YouTube that the rest of the world knows me. Nobody knows you, guy. No, nobody. You're nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't have any problems with believing whatever you want. You believe anything you like.
Right.
You know what I mean? I won't even criticize anybody for it. I mean,
Right.
yeah, some stuff sounds kooky. I'm sure some shit I'd say sounds kooky sometimes to somebody else. You know, so that's okay. It's not a big deal.
We don't have to
But-
agree.
Yeah. But I
Right.
mean, why get into the personal shit and start
Right.
mentioning people's families and doing all that shit,
Mhm.
and doxing people and doing all that crap that those
Mhm.
people do? You know,
Mhm.
like that's the shit that really bothers me. It's like, okay, well, I'm not going to speak to you. That's
Right.
it. Conversation's over. Never
Yeah.
going to speak to you again. I
That's
don't
the
care
way
what
it
you
used to
say.
always be. You
Yeah,
know,
over and done. Like, why would you even do that? Just
if you're
agree to
somebody I don't
disagree
know.
and move on, and that's it. But they're so he's so prideful that he can never be wrong. Everybody knows that
Mm-mm.
one person that's never wrong, no matter, and it doesn't listen to themselves being wrong. Just, it's like you gotta sit back and just be in awe of, like, wow, do you just really
He's
say that?
a very intellectually dishonest person. He really
They
is.
all kind of are, because it's
You know?
funny. He gets them kind of into traps where he wants them to say, you know, he's saying, okay, yeah, look up the meaning and read it to me, and they refuse to do it because the
Mhm.
meaning actually has will contradict what they're saying, or it will
Mhm.
prove them wrong, and they refuse to do it, and they do it in the open, and then just like change the subject real quick or try to steer it to somebody else. And then when that doesn't work because Nathan doesn't give a shit, he simply just, you know, he just simply starts going to other people, say other things, and said, hey, you know, this guy said, and it's like, oh my god, it's like, wow, these people, it's a full crash out at this point. It's a
I'll tell
full
you
crash.
a tactic that Toon actually employs and teaches all his little underlings to do is that if you're in the middle of the debate with the guy, he'll be ranting, you know, he'll be going on talking over you. And then somebody, if you mute him, he'll just continue to keep talking, right? And he teaches his little minions to do the same thing.
Yeah,
He'll
yeah.
just keep talking. That so when
Yeah.
you unmute, he's still talking again.
Yeah.
So that's what they all employ the same
Yep.
tactic. They think
I
it's
hear it
so
every day.
genius of them to do.
You know, it's like I hear it every day of the week. Those Nathan goes on. I'm not keeps. I just, it's my example that I have to use because I hear those guys almost every day. You know,
Mhm.
when I listen to when Nathan puts a video out, I normally always just put it on in the background while I'm doing something else, or you know, and listen to it just so I can hear
Mhm.
it, not watch it. And some of the stuff, I'm just like, wow. The
He's
guy
got a problem
really.
sometimes too, Nathan, at talking over
Yeah, I
people.
mean, he gets hopped up too. But I mean, you
Yeah.
know, they do a lot of shit that's, you know, that's that way. Like, you know, I'm just going to pretend you're not there, or I'm just going to talk over you.
I just don't like it when both people are talking. It's like nothing gets solved that way. Nobody can hear what's going on, you know.
But you know, it's like super dishonest that those guys know that what they're, you know, they know what they're doing is wrong, and still they do it anyway and don't care. No,
Yeah.
They have
thought
to.
about it.
Agents.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
That's
have
why
to.
I said a comment like, this isn't organic stupidity. It's not. It's intellectual dishonesty. They know what they're doing is dishonest, so they're doing it
Yeah.
anyway, and they don't care. Who gives a shit?
Mhm. So you have to be very specific with these fucks. You know, you tell them, see, can you show me water adhering to an object and assuming its shape? They'll show you a wet basketball. So you have to clarify substantial volumes of water adhering to an object and assuming its shape. You see, that just nips that fucking little meme out of the picture. Gone. Boom. Stop. Hey, guy. Oh, yeah, it was Toon. Went on about an imaginary cubic foot in front of you being a specific volume of gas without containment.
Calm up there.
And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me, man? No, that's you imagining it. Isolate it. Put your cubic foot of air in a vacuum chamber so it just stay there like that. Okay. No, it can't do that, huh? Wow. Can't have a vacuum chamber without containment. Can't have gas pressure without containment. Can't do anything with a fluid if you don't have something to put it in. It's real simple.
Yeah, that's why.
But on the ISS, oh my God, hey, the air pressure is caused by the weight of the air. Really? They got air pressure on that International Space Station of yours, don't they?
Yeah,
And that's a
need
weightless
container for that,
environment.
don't they?
Yeah, well, and it's a weightless environment too. So how is the weight of the air causing any pressure in there? What the fuck are you talking about? See, that's the dumb shit. That's the dumb shit that they come back with. See,
Doesn't have to be complicated.
I'm like, what the fuck do you actually know about Jupiter? Nothing. Not a goddamn thing other than what some other person told you. And that's it. Anyway, let's play the video. And none of it makes any goddamn sense. Not to anybody.
It's the whole point.
Oh, this was disgusting.
And we have to watch it. Or see it.
Jeez,
please.
That's sad, boy. Japanese AI does the censorship on their TV, and it often pixelates his neck because it thinks it's a schwa.
His nussy.
Yeah, his nussy.
I just snorted.
Yes. And I didn't know if I told. No, I haven't been on since. We lost Cooter. Ben
Yeah, I
Jones.
know from Dukes of Hazzard.
From Dukes of Hazzard, yeah.
Boys.
And he used to have Cooter's garage was over in Sperryville, just on the other side of the mountain from Luray. And
Is that where Tam was?
That's the one
Tamara?
where she'd
Yeah.
been to. Tamara's been to that one. And then he had moved out to here to Luray. He's up just before you come to the White House Bridge to go up over the mountain into Newmarket.
Mhm.
It's just right up the road. And
Yeah,
he was a nice dude. I mean, I didn't know him real good or anything else like that, but over the years I've interacted with him.
Was he from there? From Virginia?
No, actually he's not, but he did move here, and he was a whatever district that is over there at Sperryville. He was the representative in the U.S. House for that
for a little
area.
bit.
For a
Ben
while.
Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody mentioned it to me yesterday on one of the lives that I was watching. That somebody had mentioned somebody in midday that mentioned it, and I was like, Ben Jones. I'm thinking, who's that? And then I thought about it. And I was like, oh shit, Cooter.
Yeah.
It took me a minute.
The place
That's
is
his
really
name?
cool.
I didn't know.
No,
Hey,
his
son.
name, yeah, his name is Ben Jones,
Huh.
but he played Cooter on
Dukes of
the
Hazzard?
Hazzard. Yeah.
Just the good old boys?
Yeah, man.
Never mean
Couldn't change if they could?
The Boys Nest is still around too. That's the other one. Was the bar from the show? It's still around.
Dude, there's a boar's nest in California right off of Route 66. It looks just like the one they had on TV. I've been to it once.
So this is a pretty cool little video put out here by the county.
Page County called and said, we've got a place we want you to look at. And it was this place, and it was perfect. It was absolutely perfect. And it continues to get more perfect. It's not just the location which was perfect, all the room to do anything you wanted to in this great retail space for a museum and a shop and all of that. But it was the people were so down to earth and so welcoming. I'm Ben Jones. I played Cooter on the Dukes of Hazzard, and we're here at Cooter's Place in Page County, Virginia. It's an homage to the Dukes of Hazzard. And we've been doing this Cooter's thing for, well, since 1999, so 24 years now. And it's based on the fact that the Dukes of Hazzard audience is still there. It didn't go away, and the show is still shown all over the country and all over the world. It's about as popular as ever. So we celebrate that fact because the Dukes of Hazzard was America's great family show. It was a clean show that the whole family watched together. It was set in the heartland of America, where people, wore work shirts and ball caps and drove old cars on dirt roads, and still do. When we moved up here into the Blue Ridge Mountains in 1999, I had this idea of starting a little Cooter's Place over in Sperryville, Virginia. And the first weekend we opened that, we had 10,000 people show up. So that was sort of reinforced what I suspected, which was that the Dukes of Hazzard was as popular as ever. And it still is. And we have had such a great time doing it. We've appeared all over the country. I got a band we started playing, making music. It's fun. It's hard not to have fun doing what we're doing. It's about cars, it's about music, it's about Daisy Duke and the Dukes and good times. What we do here at all our stores is free admission, and we have museums and everything. We have other folks from the show who come regularly. Catherine Bach was here a couple of weeks ago. Tom Wopak comes down from New York and sings and everything. So it's just fun. It's hard not to have fun doing this stuff. This location here is ideal. I mean, we were really blessed. We've had gigantic car shows here. We have that room for big events and for all seasons. Couldn't be any better. And it's because of the people here and working with Page County as a government. So copacetic. I mean, it's easy. They help us out. And the people here are so supportive. And there was no snobbery at all. So, yeah, we love it. Come on in. It's a beautiful place. We're right here on the river, and we got lucky.
That's cool.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I like it.
I've been to Virginia. I've been to West Virginia and Virginia been to West Virginia a few times. I was in Virginia briefly, stopped and stayed at a place and ate a little food and then kind of hung out for the day, but I didn't go and see a ton of the sites. West Virginia, I got the full treatment. Come on,
right.
Went to the tour around town, yeah. All the holler and meet all my brothers and that kind of shit.
Yeah, man. Oh, I know. When I first moved here, my one cousin, he was taking me all over the place, and he's like, "Okay, so this is like your second cousin over here," and this. And I'm like, I didn't even know I had all these fucking relatives, man. Come on, this is nuts.
Yeah, well, I'm on a break at the meat factory right now.
Yeah.
Okay,
get back to work.
Got
Yeah,
the
well,
meats.
Oh, nothing's happening right now. But I wanted to reiterate about. I heard you guys talking about Nathan's debates. The reason
we
they
weren't.
tried, yeah, the
You
reason they tried
misheard.
Oh, go ahead.
I'm just joking. Go
Yeah,
for it.
Yeah, the reason they overtalk him because he's going to deliver a devastating point, and they don't want people in Discord or in the audience to hear it. That's why they overtalk him. That's why it's hard to listen to. But what he does now is he gates his mic so his audience can hear what he's saying, so he can round up the point. So everybody gets to see what's actually happening. It's funny as hell. If you're watching Nathan's show, you get to see him get devastated, and they spurge out. Just ramble on about absolutely nothing has to do with what's on the table, man.
It's brutal.
Yeah,
it's brutal.
It's horrible.
They always do that. Yeah. Well, he put a post out today. Tuned in. He put this post out today saying that somebody demanded that, he says, I forget who the guy was. So and so demanded that I debate Eric Dubay, but Eric is afraid to debate me. And I'm like, no, nobody's afraid of you, Toon. That's what I put as a comment too. I said, no one is afraid of you. They're just tired of wasting
sick
their
of you.
time. You don't have
Yeah,
any.
that's-
I say, you don't have anything new. You say the same old fucking stupid nonsense over and over and over, you know, columns of air and stupid shit like that. You don't, you know, come on. You know, and I said, you know, you're losing. That's why you have to do character assassination, because you can't attack the information.
Yeah. Well, I got to get back to it. They're hollering at me, so I'll be listening.
All right, you get back to it.
All right, I am.
Go over there and beat that meat.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna beat it, cut it, slice it, rub it, flip it.
You're the only
All right.
person I know that comes on during work.
All right, boys. Later.
All right, brother.
Later, brother.
Does debate? I've never even heard him do a debate before. Does he even?
I don't think he bothers debating any of these clowns.
He barely
You
does
know?
interviews.
I don't think
to my
he does.
knowledge, anyway.
Oh, here you go.
Do you agree that I can show you gas pressure in a container, a gas pressure gradient in a container, and a vacuum in a container? Do you agree I can show you all these three things in a container?
Hell yeah. Absolutely.
Okay. My claim is that the Earth's in a container. It's enclosed. It's got a firmament. Can you demonstrate a vacuum using gravity without a container?
Yeah, no, I couldn't.
Could you demonstrate gas pressure without a container using gravity?
No, I couldn't.
Okay. You've just conceded your entire worldview to me. How the hell are you proving gravity is a container for gas when you just conceded you can't?
Because what you're doing is you're claiming firmament, which is just, you know, it's fallacious to claim that. Well,
It's
obviously
fallacious to claim that a container is required for gas. Is that fallacious? You agreed to it.
Angels, you are such a good clip farmer. If you keep like cutting me off, yeah, it's gonna sound goofy, okay?
So if I don't cut you off, you'll sound less goofy. Okay, go ahead.
What I was gonna say is that I mean, obviously you claiming like, oh well, the reason that we don't see like
You still sound goofy. So I paused and you still sounded goofy. So I think it's on you.
Hey, get down.
But that's three great points. You can show a vacuum in a container, you can show a pressure gradient in a container, and you can show pressure in a container in a fucking container. Okay, so can you do that without the containment using just gravity? You know, I mean, first clue is like, have you ever opened a fucking soda can, man? Did you ever wonder what's that psh, and why does it happen? What's going on there? Could it be that the pressure, you know, and they say, oh, the gravity causes the fucking pressure gradient. No, it doesn't. Prove that. There's a whole bunch of dynamics working on that. You have a mixture of gases. Gases react in the same manner to temperature, but at different rates based on the gas within the mixture. And so some of them expand faster than others at lower temperatures, and some take higher temperatures to do that. I mean, there's a whole bunch of dynamics involved, you know, and then as you get higher in elevation, you've got a higher dispersal area, much greater dispersal area of the now thinning out mixture because of the fact of what I just told you about how the gases react to temperature. You know, so that's going to be part of Dalton's law, which, you know, the whole pressure is going to be the sum of each one of the gases' individual pressures. And if you start removing some of those elements, well, then of course the pressure decreases. It's not due to weight. It's due to displacement. That's what causes the pressure. Why is there pressure? Because it's a confined fluid. There's nowhere else for it to go. It desperately wants to be where you are, but you won't let it be.
Yeah.
You don't even know if there's other gases that haven't been discovered. Like you've only
Right.
know what you've been told. You know, we only know of these gases that we learned in indoctrination camp. You know, for
Right.
all we know, there's more out there that are causing, you know, other reactions too. We just
What's the
haven't
true
discovered it.
makeup of, what's the true makeup of water?
Right.
There's more to it than that. There's more
That's
to
what
it
I'm
than just
saying.
hydrogen and oxygen. There's
We just
more
go
to
by
it.
that, the elemental table and stuff like that. That's
Right.
because that's what we've been told. We don't know. And they've taken stuff on and put stuff back on and taken stuff off, I should say, excuse me. But yeah.
Aether was once on the periodic table.
Exactly. We go by what we're told. That's the problem. You can't be confined by all these things that you've been told. It's just crazy. Like you said, with the binary thinking, you can't be stuck in it.
No, there's always a third option.
Right.
Is it this or is it that? It might not be either one.
Nope.
Could be both. This is the thing. And they really got people programmed into this binary Boolean thought process, I like to call it. 1 or 0. That's it. It's fucking ridiculous.
Because it has to be that way in their mind, because that's the only way it makes it work. There's no way, any other way of thinking. You can't think outside the box, as they say. Don't do that. You might stray too far and something bad might happen. Or you might be an outcast.
That's very possible. There's somebody backstage named Pick Boss. Pick Boss, if you do me a favor, you don't have to come up on the stage with your camera on, but while you're backstage, no one else can see you. So I would ask you to turn your camera on and then just follow a few very simple instructions, if you would. I've never encountered you before, and therefore I'm sorry I have to require that.
I love how these people always come straight to the backstage and never start in the in the chat to begin with. Like, I think
camera is not hooked up. Camera is not hooked up. I'm sorry, Pick Boss. I don't know who you are. I don't have any way of verifying you. And unfortunately, we've got these real weird people that like to show pictures of buttholes and things like that. And I can't be certain that you're not one of those. So come back, although you don't need it when you come back up on stage, you're definitely welcome to stay backstage and listen to. Here's Lowry, but he's black. Black screens matter. There he is.
He's diverse.
He's diverse. Or is he divergent?
What's up,
funny older bones that he calls himself the Pick Boss, but
the internet connection is not so good on the island. Can you hear me?
Yeah, it's because of the gravity loss. We're gonna lose gravity, man.
Oh my!
Yeah, it's already started.
Today,
make sure you tie everything down.
7 seconds. 7 seconds. No gravity. All done. That's it.
Keep bungee cords with you, so if you're sitting in a chair, you can bungee yourself down.
That's it.
Are you ready, Larry? Are you ready for the no gravity?
So the big thing out there on the streaming thing tonight is everybody that's actually talking about the good stuff. We're getting buried. Like, it's just slowing down the connections. I can't even see Sov.
What good stuff?
I can't see Cubby.
I'm here. Oh, StreamYard. I forgot to mention that earlier. StreamYard's actually been having a problem with the audio. It might even be with the with the.
That's why I gotta have a headset. That's why I gotta have the headset. See.
I'm just gonna throw in the chat because I can't hear a thing you're saying.
Yeah.
Keep being legends. It seems like that's what's going on. And I was on several streams tonight, so I can't see you. And spinning wheel of death. I love you. I'll talk to you guys soon.
All right. People having a lot of issues recently, man.
Yeah, StreamYard's been acting up.
Oh, now you're back. Back.
Okay. So what kind of good stuff are you talking about that everybody's talking about? Did you hear me?
We're just not. I've experienced this on another chat tonight. So like, it seems like any other topic that you get online with and talk works fine, but it's our chats that just don't work tonight. That's what I've experienced.
We haven't been having any problem.
You haven't?
No.
Maybe
not
it's
tonight.
me. Maybe it's me. You guys, are you hearing me now?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. What are you guys talking about?
Well, all kinds of shit.
Yeah, everything. We were talking about losing
right.
gravity here shortly.
Oh yeah, tomorrow we're supposed to float.
Yeah, 7 seconds, man.
You still got time. Buckle down.
If you,
buckle down the hatch.
Yeah. I miss you guys. I like to pop in every now and then. I'm not gonna stick around very long because the connection here is just such shit. And I'm just like, I'm going through this. I went through several things. There is a meteor shower tonight. If you guys are sky watchers.
Yeah, the planets are supposed to align too, supposedly, and a solar eclipse.
Fuck.
That's cool.
Working.
It's like I'm not gonna go outside and stare up at the fucking sky.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna go to bed.
Don't care. Yeah. So yeah, not really interested.
I'll let everybody that watched it tell me about it tomorrow.
Yeah, somebody will videotape that shit. Look at he's a circle of despair.
Oh no.
Anyway,
he's part of the Bears.
We live.
Huh?
He said he's part of the Bears. He's a circle of despair. Anyway, go ahead.
We live in a positively pressurized system, right next to a negatively pressurized system. In other words, we live in a non-vacuum, and space is a vacuum. According to mainstream science, in between these two systems, there is nothing. No wall, no container, no barrier, no enclosure, no nothing. Just a mythical threshold or boundary. Let's take a look at a vacuum chamber. Notice that it has to be a very solidly built containment apparatus, otherwise it wouldn't work. Now let's ramp it up. NASA's very own huge and monstrously expensive vacuum chamber that you and me, the tax-paying public, have unwittingly paid for. The walls on this thing are 6 feet thick reinforced concrete. They have to be, otherwise the whole thing would collapse in on itself when they turn it on. Time to take a look at what happens when you take all the air out of a container. Pretty violent reaction, wouldn't you say? That goods train container was made of some pretty robust material. Makes you think about the magical qualities of one of these, doesn't it?
But basically you can see that it's very light and it's very flexible and it's very reflective.
You want to give it a try? We'll come back to the preposterously expensive spacesuits in another fanboy question in the future. So in short, how does a vacuum exist next to a non-vacuum? When the second law of thermodynamics clearly states, and I quote, when two initially isolated systems in separate but nearby regions of space, each in thermodynamic equilibrium with itself, but not necessarily with each other, are then allowed to interact, they will eventually reach a mutual thermodynamic equilibrium. Oh, and by the way, it also quotes this. The second law is applicable to a wide variety of processes, reversible and irreversible. All natural processes are irreversible. So, according to the second law of thermodynamics, our atmosphere shouldn't be allowed to exist at all, ever.
I think that's pretty good. That's a pretty good one. I think I'll keep that.
Everything is
one,
contained.
Has to be.
Everything is. Everything you can think of. Everything off the top of your head is a form of containment. Every leaf, every tree, every blade of grass, every living thing, everything. Why wouldn't
Containers made out of containers made out of containers. It's fucking crazy, bro. All right, let me see. I got this. I'm kind of doing some maintenance here too.
We're nesting dolls.
Yeah, it's I mean, every animal, everything, the ocean, everything has to be contained. open screen door out to nothing. It's not going to have gas pressure next to a vacuum. It's not going to work.
But why?
I got problems here. I'll have to do this later. Anyway, I got that. Cool. I was hoping I would.
DJ Sav on the ones and twos. Give us a second, guys.
What's that? Oh.
I said DJ Sav on the ones and twos. I said, give us a second, guys.
Here we go. This is a pretty good one, too.
Matter will rise, fall, or float depending on the relative density to the medium surrounding it. And this is true science. Gravity is a lie. Matter will rise, fall, or float depending on the relative density to the medium surrounding it. And this is true science. Gravity is a lie.
That's a pretty cool little trick. I like that. I'm going to have to use that. Definitely. Let me copy that.
The next item to be added to Sav's Emporium.
Yeah, I got, some of these are great, put in. Because,
Saab's good time
man.
country store.
The good time country store. Planets are not worlds.
What? Shouldn't one of them have been swallowed by a black hole by now, or even us?
Oh my God, that's the stupidest goddamn thing I could do. Okay, so how does your vision work? How are you able to see things? With
Spectrum
light,
of light.
right? Light. Reflecting light, something reflects back light,
right?
And you see it, right? So they tell us a black hole has such powerful gravity that not even light can escape it.
Yikes.
So how the fuck are you seeing it?
Well, I mean, how is light even affected by something? I don't. That's like saying that, I can't see light.
Light has mass? What the fuck's going on? Light is not a tangible physical object. It's a energetic field.
Photons. Dimmu Borg knows. Come up here, Dimmu Borg. He's got the answers.
There you go. Photons. Let's go get us a little can of photons.
I had one of those once. They fold out into a bed. They're pretty cool.
Yeah.
They're cheap if you don't want to buy like a couch or a bed. Just get a photon.
They are wandering luminaries, wandering lights, and their apparent
Hold on a second. Pick Boss back here says everything has mass, otherwise it doesn't exist. Well, light exists and it doesn't have mass.
I knew you were phony.
Huh? Come on now. Light doesn't have mass, but it's there. It's evident. You see it. Come on now.
individuality comes from the unique trajectories that they trace through the firmament. This doesn't mean that every measurement made by astronomy is meaningless. It's actually quite the opposite. The measurements are incredibly useful. The question is what those measurements actually demonstrate. A telescope can resolve more detail in a luminous object, but increasing magnification doesn't automatically establish the philosophical nature of what you're looking at. You can measure a phenomena extremely precisely without necessarily knowing what its underlying substance is. So perhaps the real question is not how big is this planet, but perhaps the deeper question is what exactly is the thing producing the appearance, what we call a planet? If the planets are fundamentally luminaries, manifestations of light, plasma, dielectric and magnetic organization within a larger celestial field, then their wandering isn't the movement of physical balls through an empty vacuum. It is the movement of energy patterns and luminous nodal points through the field itself. And that gives an entirely different meaning to the ancient phrase of wandering stars. Not worlds wandering through space, but lights wandering through the firmament projected by the black sun's central vortex.
It's a top-down toroidal field.
Oh, look at that. It's there's what do you call it?
Mars.
There's Devon Island. It's Devon Island. Yeah, with Mars stickers on everything.
They are wandering.
So, yeah, it's like a toroidal field, top down. Same thing, almost that you see. Maybe the purpose of them is to show us the field, to show us that they're operating within that field pattern as an indication as to where we are, what we're in. You know, they have a purpose. That's obvious. It's not just random how that happens like that.
Right.
You know, I think that's all I got on that before I get into some other shit. Oh, Beatty, Nevada. Yeah. It's a little ghost town called Rhyolite out in Death Valley. It's pretty cool.
I've heard of it.
Pretty recent. Oh, I put this post up here. Showed a picture of all them guys wearing them bandages on their ears at the MAGA rally.
Yeah.
You know, in solidarity. And I said, I wonder if MAGA is going to start shitting their pants in solidarity with Trump. Wearing diapers, carrying diaper bags around with them and shit. That would be crazy. This is an interesting character here. Did you ever hear of John Hutchinson? You ever heard of John Hutchinson?
The name sounds familiar.
Ringing a bell to me, but maybe.
So he was this Canadian dude that was like using surplus Navy radio equipment and shit like that to create electromagnetic fields.
Oh, yeah. I remember. He was from a while ago.
Yeah, he actually fused a wooden spoon to a fucking aluminum plate without any heat or anything. No scorching of the wood. No running of the aluminum, just fused them together doing this. He would lift fucking iron balls and shit up in the air with it. This is crazy. Watch this.
A Canadian inventor accidentally discovered a way to levitate metal, and the military showed up and confiscated everything.
John Hutchison, Vancouver, 1979, running Tesla coil experiments when metal objects started doing impossible things, levitating, merging into each other, combusting.
That right there was a 1 inch by 1 inch, or I think 2 inch by 2 inch square piece of iron. Okay. And he hit it with electromagnetic frequency. Some fumes started coming off of it and it started melting, and little flakes of carbon were coming off of the thing. Right. And it was cold to the touch when after he got done hitting it.
He had no idea what combination had caused it, but he filmed all of it. The effect only appeared when electromagnetic fields overlapped accidentally and could never be recreated on purpose. Metal rods floating, steel fusing with wood, objects launching across the room with nothing touching them, happening repeatedly in a Vancouver apartment. Then the US military and Canadian government showed up together, confiscated every piece of equipment, every document, every recording, national security, they said. He spent decades trying to recreate it and never managed it.
So whatever he found stays buried.
Fragments of original footage still exist, buddy. This is fiction for my safety, but go look up the Hutchison effect. The military confiscation is completely documented.
You're telling me a Canadian...
Yeah, I remember that. It was from a long time ago. I might have seen that video of the one with the ball and the spoon. Oh, shit. It had to be freaking 10 years ago. Easy. Somebody showing those videos.
What is this?
But yeah, I remember that. I remember the guy. I didn't remember his name, though, but I remember the long-haired guy.
We'll watch an Eric Dubay thing on Gravity here, and I'm gonna see if I can find some shit on Hutchinson. Now I know years ago there was stuff on YouTube about it, but God knows what they've done since then. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it's definitely not the same platform as it was
Look
before.
on the Internet Archive, maybe.
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah. What do you
Is
looking
this spelled
for?
like it sounds?
Okay.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah,
his name.
HUTCHIN
Yeah.
SON, I'm pretty sure.
Eric was his first name?
John.
Or John, sorry.
Oh, I found an Art Bell somewhere in time.
Oh no.
Yeah, with John Hutchinson.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and I'll put it in the back. Oh wow, look at that. Oh, actually, I don't know. I don't think this is. Hold on. Oh no, it's got an MP3. Oh my God, look what I found! Holy crap! Look at this.
What do you got?
I found a giant Art Bell. I found a giant Art Bell archive on Internet Archive. Look at that.
Oh, kick ass.
Look
Kick
at that.
ass.
Look at how many
Yeah, it would
shows
have
there
to
are
be.
on there.
That guy, he
Holy.
was good. I used to like watching him or listening to him.
Somewhere in Time was really good. I listened to the different stages of Art Bell, the latter ones when they
Yeah.
started bringing in George Norrie.
Yeah,
I used to listen to him on shortwave radio
Mhm.
in Boston when I was in Boston in the late 90s, and Bill Cooper on shortwave because he used
Oh,
to
wow.
broadcast that on amateur radio, on ham radio.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I couldn't get that stuff on the radio. So I would listen to it on shortwave at night. On
It's
the
like
shortwave.
it's like this show. It's not approved government material. You can only listen to approved government material.
That is
or
a
we will
huge.
tell the
that is-
authorities. And it
That is
will
a
be put.
huge amount of friggin' MP3s that you can listen to on that link.
Oh shit!
It's like holy shit balls! I'm saving that one.
Cool.
Gravity is an unproven theory made into an assumption and treated as a fact. The entirety of astrophysics begins with the assumption that gravity exists, then continues forward. It is in complete violation of sound scientific reasoning to bypass necessary verification of some aspect of science and regard it as fact. If we were to allow this violation of the necessity of proof required for gravity, science would immediately lose all its foundation of validity because anything goes at that point. We can all acknowledge the fact that sometimes when we do our laundry, a sock comes up missing and is nowhere to be found. We don't have a sound explanation for this, so maybe we invent one. Gnomes. Let's now declare that because socks go missing, and we don't know why, that it is necessary enough proof that it must be gnomes taking our socks. Thenceforth, it becomes acceptable to claim it a fact that whenever a sock is missing from your load of laundry, that it was taken by gnomes, seeing that they're now real even though we have never detected or seen said gnomes. Now the purpose of this text is to introduce you to alternative, valid reasons for why things fall, float, and rise, using only concepts that have been or can be observed or verified, centering around the concepts of relative density, and nowhere in this definition is there need or room for some ad hoc force called gravity. The example with the gnomes and missing socks sounds ridiculous, and is meant to, but this example follows strictly the guidelines set upon us if we allow non-proven assumptions to lead our physical sciences. To relate that back to gravity, one has to realize the same steps were followed in defining gravity. An apple drops, and Sir Isaac Newton didn't know why, and couldn't rationally explain why with the current verifiable scientific information, so he made up a force called gnomes. Gravity. Up until this current day, gravity has never been detected, proven, observed, or even consistently mechanically defined. Since its conception, the theory of gravity has been described in three distinct ways. First by Newton as an inherent property of all matter, making all matter attracted to all other matter. Then later by Einstein as the curvature of space-time, and then finally by quantum theorists as a result of hypothesized subatomic particles called gravitons. If gravity was actually an inherent property of all matter, just imagine if that were the case. Do you think if you threw a handful of marbles in space, that all the marbles would start orbiting each other and stick to one another? Do you think they would then begin orbiting around and sticking to you, the relatively much more massive object? So everything you throw out into space would eventually just come back like a boomerang? Really? Scientism apologists will say that gravity is too weak between objects of human-sized proportions to exhibit any noticeable attraction to one another. But if that's the case, then how were the initial molecules attracted to one another that then later formed the Earth? If there is no observable attraction between a baseball and a tennis ball, then what causes the original hydrogen and helium atoms to attract one another? Let's consider the second theory that gravity is actually a bend in space-time. This term, space-time, which Einstein created, claims that points in space are now defined as events, and time is now a fourth physical dimension existing alongside length, breadth, and thickness. As Einstein critic Gerard Hickson wrote in his book Kings Dethroned, while claiming time as a fourth dimension, Einstein explains that by dimension we must understand merely one of four independent quantities which locate an event in space. This is to imply that the other three dimensions which are in common use are independent quantities, which is not the case, for length, breadth, and thickness are essentially found in combination. They coexist in each and every physical thing, so that they are related. Hence, they are not independent quantities. On the contrary, time is an independent quantity. It is independent of any one or all the three proportions of material things. It is not in any way related, and therefore cannot be used as a fourth dimension. The third and latest definition of gravity comes from quantum theorists who have created hypothesized subatomic particles that no one has ever seen called gravitons. In other words, they're passing it off onto the only field of science, quantum theory, where it is explicitly claimed that anything is possible, and which translates over to, we are now free to postulate anything we want beyond any logical structured field of science, and the guidelines that normally negate incorrect ideas about the universe are now lifted, making us exempt from scrutiny and rebuttal. Seriously, how do you already have a name for something you haven't even found yet? In short, gravity is simply nowhere to be found, and they're just trying to push its existence beyond the scope of any field of science, so we never arrive at the answer. And they do this because there is no answer, and as science progresses, it is forming concrete, demonstrative proof that gravity does not exist in the realms in which they claim it does, so therefore they have to push it just beyond our grasp every time we get close. That's the nature of their so-called proofs for gravity. They conceptualize it, name it, define physics around it, and then leave out the crucial step of discovering it. This is not science. It is science fiction. Discovery and demonstration in science are the most crucial factors, not ones that can be skipped or held off until a further time. Now I know what your smartass is saying. Yeah, it's been detected. Watch this pen drop. But in order for that to be factual, you have to prove against all other rationale the reason that pen drops is uniquely the act of gravity and nothing else. To make matters even worse on you, by definition of gravity, you have to prove how all matter attracts all other matter indefinitely, and how that concept is why the pen is falling towards the ground. Imagine an empty plastic balloon dropping to the ground because gravity pulled it. Now, let's add mass to that empty plastic balloon, thus increasing the force of gravity. But this mass we add is gaseous, helium. Now let's release this once dropping balloon with the added mass of helium, which increases the force of gravity, and what happens? The balloon goes up? If gravity is pulling everything down towards the Earth, including the empty plastic balloon, why should adding more mass in the form of helium to that balloon suddenly cause gravity to be completely negated, allowing the balloon to rise? There is no force in physics that would propel an object in one direction, and if you increase that force, it sends the object completely in the opposite direction. It's just a fact of nature, If X amount of forces push an object Y amount of feet, then increasing X will only increase Y in the same direction, assuming both X forces are also in the same direction. So if the force of gravity pulls the empty balloon down, then adding mass to the balloon only increases the force of gravity in the same direction, yet the balloon travels completely against gravity all the way up into the sky and requires no fuel or energy input to do so. If gravity is a downward acceleration, then why would anything move upwards? Mainstream science claims that the reason the balloon moves upwards is because of buoyancy, which is a result of the heavier, more dense air being pulled under the helium balloon, thus making the balloon rise up, right? But on the flip side, don't they claim that all objects of different masses fall at the same rate? So why would gravity pull air molecules down harder or faster than it would the helium balloon if objects of different masses all fall at the same rate? Quite simply, a helium balloon is not pulled to the ground, as there is no mythical pulling force, nor is there a downward directional bias. Everything seeks its relative density with the medium surrounding it, and that is all. A feather and an anvil will both fall at different rates because one is radically denser than the air, while the other is not. This debunks the supposed uniform speed of acceleration due to gravity, 9.8 meters per second squared, which would more accurately be labeled something like the maximum acceleration towards density equilibrium. As long as something has enough mass and is aerodynamic enough to negate the air resistance of the fall, objects will fall at the same rate of approximately 9.8 meters per second squared. When in a vacuum chamber, the factor of air resistance is removed completely, so everything, even feathers, balloons, and dandelion seeds, will fall at the same rate. So, for example, a hammer and a feather have different masses, but fall at the same rate in a vacuum. This shows that mass is not the deciding factor of why things fall at the rate they do. This is shown to be true because if you change the mass, the rate of descent is not affected. Now, what they are falling through is the same medium, a vacuum. So let's change the medium and see if that changes the rate of descent. If we change the medium to air, the hammer very slightly changes its rate of descent, and the feather more drastically changes its rate. If we change the medium again to water, the hammer drastically changes its rate of descent, and the feather would begin floating. Therefore, the change in rate of descent of objects clearly has nothing to do with mass, and has everything to do with the object's relative density to the medium surrounding it. Objects of different masses fall at the same rate in a vacuum because they are falling through the same medium, and the rate in which they do so is dependent on their relative density compared to that of the medium. Gravity is said to attract all matter with mass towards all other matter with mass. Now, if gravity is strong enough to pull an empty balloon down, then it must be strong enough to pull even lighter, less massive things, for the simple fact that mass is the measure of resistance something has to forces. Since gravity is a monopole inward pulling force, and more massive objects are less affected by the momentum caused by it, then gravity should have no trouble pulling helium particles towards the center of the Earth. They should in fact be much less trouble than pulling the molecular chains comprising rubber elastic polymers that constitute a toy balloon. Therefore, there should never be any anti-gravitation motions by any matter, seeing as gravity is only pulling one way and uniformly across all molecules. Think of a flowing current in a river. Everything you throw in the current will either go in the direction of the current, approaching zero as the object gets more massive, but what you won't ever have is an object you throw in the current, and without any energy spent, it travels against the current, especially lighter or less dense objects. This anti-gravitational movement defies other known sound laws of physics, and only does so because they made a wrong assertion, and they fudge in gravity to piece together all the violations of other known laws of physics that don't allow for such illogical motions or phenomena. Rather than contriving this counterintuitive nonsense they call gravity, let's look at the world as if it's a flat plane going on infinitely up and infinitely down. If one is to assume the universe is infinite, then it is not in violation of any action against infinite properties to say that an infinite universe means there's an infinite amount of matter, and to arrange this infinite matter to form what we observe to be our reality, which is that there is a density gradient in which we exist, where all matter below us is more dense, and all matter above us is less dense. Now, rather than assume the existence of having a gaseous atmosphere hovering around a ball in a vacuum, which violates many laws of physics, instead, imagine we live on an infinite plane with a density gradient. Solid matter forms the land below us. Less dense matter forms the fluids on top of that, and even less dense matter forms the gaseous atmosphere we have above the solid surface. Now, it's not to say that space is a vacuum, but rather, as we climb further up the density gradient, eventually we reach a point where any particle is more dense than the lack thereof any particles, or the void. Since the void is less dense than any gaseous particle, or any particle at all, it supersedes any particle and thus arranges itself above the particle atmosphere. Space, in this instance, would not be a vacuum, but rather a gradual taper in density up to the point of there only being a void. And this void, since the universe is assumed infinite, goes on forever, simply for the fact that any particle would be sunk down below it. Also, I made the mistake of saying that gaseous particles are the least dense form of matter, when in fact highly charged plasmas are actually the least dense form of matter. And seeing that these plasmas have an excited and high energy level, that, along with the fact that heat rises, as well as less dense matter rises, you then have scattered bodies of radiant plasmas in the skies, much further than the gaseous atmospheric band of gas molecules. And these plasmic luminaries exist in an environment of such little friction that they themselves move about at such immense velocities, whereas to create the stellar motions. Now one should take into account that plasmic matter also forms magnetic qualities, either positively or negatively charged, or both at dipoles, so much so as to cause these objects to spin individually and also rotate collectively around the central northern magnetic pole in the center of the flat Earth plane. So none of this proposed violates any known laws of physics and offers no contradictions as to its mechanics and function, which is more than can be said about the ludicrous ball Earth model, which is cram-packed with violations, fallacies, and incoherence of known physical laws. To think that the reason you are pressed to the ground is because the ground is constantly pulling you down is as flawed as saying a helium balloon rises because the ceiling is pulling it up. Clearly, in this example, it is not the ceiling of the auditorium pulling the balloon to it, because if you remove the ceiling, the balloon still rises, having nothing to do with the ceiling. So if this is true, and is proven to be so, then one can conclude that the reason we are pressed to the ground has nothing to do with the ground, but rather that the ground is just a barrier in the way of our trajectory down the density gradient. As anyone can test for themselves, as you remove the ground from under you, you continue to fall downward until you're met with more solid barrier matter. So if we were to remove the ground completely, we would descend down the density gradient until we reach the point of density equilibrium in which we would float freely amongst other similarly dense matter. And once this point is reached, particles can float about freely in whatever direction they want. Hence why air molecules, being in their density equilibrium point, neither fall nor rise, but rather flow about, freely moving whichever way the wind blows them. Now, as humans have a density equilibrium point a little above water, and hence why we fall through the gaseous atmosphere but float up in water, and coincidentally, while in water, we can move about in all three-dimensional directions, something we can't do in air. And this lines up perfectly with the scientific notion that we are upwards of 70% water, which would mean that the remaining 30% of us that isn't water is comprised of matter less dense than water, and hence why we float in it. And although some of that matter, like bone matter, is more dense, other parts, like the air in our lungs, and therefore all throughout our bloodstream, average out the remaining 30% of non-water matter. Now, one must realize that it takes no energy to remain afloat on water, like when doing a back float, but it takes much energy for birds, for instance, to stay airborne in the air, because they are not at their density equilibrium point when flying. In conclusion, let's consider the following proven facts of physics versus the supposed effects of gravity. It is a fact that objects set in motion in a straight line in a frictionless environment continue to move in a straight line, while objects at rest remain at rest. Unless gravity exists, then whatever object launched the original object into motion would cause the object moving in a straight line to eventually slow down, stop, and start heading back towards the launching mechanism. It is a fact that a spinning tethered object, once the tether is broken, immediately starts traveling in a straight line tangent to the circle it was rotating around. Unless gravity exists, then objects will just continue to orbit with or without the tether, as they claim the sun and planets do. It is a fact that any non-adhered substance or object on the outer surface of a spinning object will fly off from the equatorial line of rotation. Unless gravity exists, then everything just perfectly sticks to spinning objects without there being the slightest outward push from the spin or inward pull from gravity. It is supposedly a fact of gravity that objects of different masses all fall at the same rate. Unless you have a helium balloon handy, in which case it won't fall at all and will rise upwards instead. It is supposedly a fact of gravity that two objects of appropriate mass will orbit each other based solely on their relative mass to one another. Unless you require an actual demonstration, an empirical scientific experiment showing it, in which case it has never been done. And the questions continue. How or why would huge solid planets orbit around a giant flaming ball of gas? What is orbit, and why is it never observed, but is the reason why the Earth goes around the sun? And the moon around the Earth, but nothing on any smaller scale ever orbits? Why would water stick to the outside of a convex surface? How do we stick to the outside of a ball that's spinning and orbiting 32 times faster than a bullet? How does an object spin forever without ever succumbing to friction? How does the Earth propel itself to remain in constant motion around the sun without any fuel or burning any energy to sustain such immense velocities? How does the moon go around the Earth with no energy required at such a grueling pace? How does any of this take place without any form of energy consumption to maintain these outlandish motions and velocities? All of these questions present problems that the theory of gravity simply cannot explain. Can you see how many facts of physics gravity just brushes by the wayside? But we do believe that we have an explanation. You know how beyond 10 miles out to sea, the laws of the land no longer apply because you are no longer in any national jurisdiction? Well, that is 10 miles horizontally. What most people don't know is that if you travel 10 miles vertically, you're no longer subject to the laws of physics because you're no longer in any academic jurisdiction.
That was well done.
Yeah, the medium stuff is really good.
Yeah, I mean, that's the key to it. People just don't get it. I don't know why. I found some stuff on that Hutchinson's character. Let me grab it real quick. Let me do it. Now I'm going to move this. Falling gravity's gone. Okay. Andrew Tate. No, that's not the one. Andrew Tate snitches on Trump, huh? What's the gist of all that craziness?
Just nonsense.
He's just pointing out that, he
they'll eat their own.
Basically, yeah, exactly. I had mentioned in one of the comments, not on that one, but on another one, that somebody was talking about Tate in Romania. And I said, Erica Kirk's had connections to Romania too.
Yeah.
And it didn't get any, I didn't get any thumbs up on it, in a comment at all. And then all of a sudden yesterday, about midday, all of a sudden I got a ton of people saying, "What are you talking about? What are you talking about?" I said, "Look up Erica Kirk in Romania." What are you talking about? I said, "Look up Erica Kirk in Romania. She was kicked out of the country doing probably almost the exact same thing. Just trafficking."
Yep, human trafficking.
Yeah, money laundering, all kinds of
Romanian angels.
Yeah, and
it was called.
all of a sudden, all the thumbs up stopped like rapidly, and a bunch of people commented like, "Wow, okay, I didn't know that." I was like, "Yep, well, you weren't meant to know it. That's why."
It's tied into military intelligence too.
Sure.
And
So
she
it wouldn't
ties into Fort Huachuca.
Her
So it
mom.
wouldn't I'm sorry, I was just going to say it wouldn't surprise me that they wouldn't be using Tate to do a similar thing too. And I mean, he's really dumb. He had a whole fucking thing that you could like buy. You could send him money, and he would send you like his like Tate plan to get rich. That kind of
Yeah,
crap.
Top G.
Yeah.
Stupid ass shit.
I watched the video yesterday, like late, I don't know, midday, up midday, and I was like, "Holy shit, holy shit!"
Tony Robbins.
He's like a
on that
glorified pimp. He's like a glorified pimp, the dude. He really is.
Jesus
It's like, wow, this is so. This is your plan, huh? Just use other human beings. It's no big deal.
Mhm,
They want
mhm.
it. They want to be used. It's like, wow, man.
Wow. Yeah. Takes him. Anyway, this is the guy we were talking about, John Hutchinson.
Yeah.
A little video on him.
Inventor John Hutchison has drawn widespread attention from businessmen and government scientists since 1979, when he began using ultra-high electromagnetic frequencies to transform matter in some very unusual ways. It has come to be known as the Hutchison effect.
The objects you're seeing moving there is a form of levitation by translational movement, meaning that the objects become lighter and can float around. The heaviest being the barium cylinder that you see there with the two wires coming out of it. Tends to slide around on 7 pounds of its own weight. Physics of it is self-resonation of what they call ferromagnetic and piezoelectric barium titanate through a power amplifier and broad and narrow bands of electrical energy going into this crystal. So the applications of this in advanced applications using free energy or zero-point energy to power it would be in propulsion technologies. This is a crystal converter unit that I made about a year ago to see if the principle worked, and indeed it seems to work to this day. The principles involve the Casimir effect and space charge type of barrier technology in semiconductors, and a jitter activity called zero-point energy that goes through time and space. The idea is to get the material inside this to interface with the jittering action of zero-point energy. And moving on to what they may look like inside, I actually bring out a piece here of this material, of common minerals and that, produced in a special way, and I take a reading here. And I should be getting a higher reading. I had a hot spot somewhere on here. I have here almost a half a volt, as you can see. As one can see, there's no batteries in this or anything else except just crystalline material with different configurations. And this is a steady state. It's always that, and has been tested up to a year's time and under stress tests also. So, which made me decide to then, of course, mount the same material in cylinders. Different cylinders, of course, there are different mixes in there, and I found that that some of the cylinders are not as powerful as this material here, or this very tiny one here. Actually, this has more power than this large artillery shell unit here. And what I want to do, of course, is to demonstrate it in the sense of it making actual power. That means to turn a small motor. Okay, I'm attaching this to the base here. Another lead to the top, and it should spin, which it does. So yeah, basically, this kind of material powering motors. course, a very small motor at this time, but scaled up in larger amounts of material and power up to several horsepower if needed.
Hutchison hopes his simple shake and bake method of producing these crystal energy converters will attract investors who can see the potential of permanent batteries which never need charging.
Non-toxic that will interface with zero-point energy in space and time.
Hutchison's more dramatic experiments border on the paranormal and have generated more than just a passing interest from U.S. military research labs.
We've had about 750 demonstrations of levitation, translational movements, metallurgical samples falling apart, changing into transmuted unknown metals. Quite a variety of obscure types of effects, wood impregnated into metals, other objects in metals, monopole magnetic fields written up in many journals. Quite a host or a Pandora's box of different types of effects on the outer edge of the scientific community.
In this remarkable series of video clips shot by Hutchison, we see what happens when he fine-tunes the electromagnetic frequencies aimed at target objects in his garage.
On the subatomic level, I feel that there is a dimension shift activated by very conventional electrostatics, RF fields that I use, and Tesla waves that I use, that actually form a keyway that opens up another area of time and space that may activate the zero-point energy fields and interdimensional reactions, let's say, to gravitational waves and time waves, or chronons, if you wish. Perhaps we're dealing in chronons and gravitons, which are maybe particles, and somehow causing a distortion, which causes objects to simply break apart or pulsate in the center of stainless steel bars and fall apart, or to become weightless.
That's fucking nuts. Here, ice cream in a plastic cup.
What is going on there? Oh, there it goes.
Finally, a 70-pound cannonball.
What is interesting and also frustrating about his invention is that he's using a combination of Tesla coil and Van de Graaff to produce a very disruptive and lifting experiments, which in one case, for example, actually lifts a 19-pound bushing toward the ceiling just from electromagnetic fields.
God damn
Now,
it.
when we analyze that, we find that There's position versus time graph that we can plot, and also the velocity versus time. But when we actually analyze the acceleration versus time, it's an increasing straight line. So we're forced as scientists to admit that we have a third derivative effect, which for my mind actually lends itself to an anomalous new force, which I call hyperforce, because we have to take a derivative of that to finally get a flat straight line, a constantly increasing acceleration. So the Hutchinson effect has been used as a benchmark for a comparison to many other high voltage propulsion devices. Electrogravity, in other words.
He did some. They came and took all his shit too, man.
I bet.
He took all his shit. They wasn't playing with that no more. That wasn't going to happen. So you ever see that guy? What's his name? Damon Darling. He goes around to like Walmart and
buys groceries.
Yeah, buys people groceries and shit. They
I just recently
Walmart
heard
and,
about him.
Yeah. Well, I've seen some of the videos, before, and I was like, well, that's really cool if that's real, But now they put a lifetime ban on him from Walmart because I don't understand why. Dude's not hurting anything. He's, what the fuck is going on? Why are people so against? Like they tried at police shutting down folks for feeding the homeless and shit. What the fuck is up with that?
Yeah, I know.
Because he's not one to.
Well, they want to say, oh, it's not, it's not safe and shit. Motherfucker, these people are eating out of garbage cans, fucker.
He wasn't approved.
I know, man.
He wasn't approved like Mr. Beast.
It was not government approved. You will obey the government and you will like it, you Schweinhund. We have ways to make you like it,
The funny thing is, Mr. Beast said he was going to do the same thing. Also, government approved, by the way. Said he's going to do the same thing. He went to the hood, right, and was going to buy all these people's groceries. He didn't show up, and of course they were pissed, right? And I tried to find that. I watched that video a long time ago, and I tried to look for it the other day. It's scrubbed from the internet. No,
sure it is. He's a plant.
Yeah, of course.
He's like these other fucking clowns, man. Come on, they're all clowns.
So you guys are both going to get issued trespass warnings from Walmart, okay? You guys are no longer allowed to go to any Walmarts, any Sam's Clubs, or any Murphy gas stations for life, okay? So it is a life ban from Walmart.
Who's issuing that?
What?
Who's issuing that?
Walmart is.
So what? What'd we do?
That's any private business can. I didn't go to Walmart. I just came and.
Well, they can't just do it for no reason.
Yes, I can.
Even if we're not there.
They don't have to have a reason.
Can I appeal that?
What?
Can I appeal that?
You can call corporate. Yeah,
I'm definitely appealing.
I'm
gonna give it to my lawyer.
You know what I would have did?
You as well.
You know what I would have did? I would have trespassed that guy right there, issuing the trespass warning. It said, "Okay, congratulations, you're trespassed from our houses for life. Don't come back."
I don't have to have a reason.
There you go. I don't have to have a reason. Don't
By
don't
your
ever
reason.
show up. Yeah, keep your distance.
Matter of fact, that cop car is stolen. My reader back here just caught. Oh wait, it was one letter off. You're good to go.
Oh well, too bad we shot you for officer safety though.
My bad.
Yeah, that's how it is. Sons of bitches. Who knows who that is?
It's Albert Pike.
Yeah,
it's Albert Pike. That's right. This thing said all elections. I don't know. Said erections. All elections are rigged. All elections are rigged.
Erections are kind of rigged.
Erection fraud.
Erection.
Erection fraud. Is it? Oh, come on. No, I'm not even going there.
Over to Pike and Stino.
Ooh, look at them in their little penguin outfits.
Yeah.
There's the eye of the penguin. A lot of people don't know it, but penguin starts with a G, but it's silent.
Didn't you have
Didn't I have what?
Didn't you have like a Mason girder on the other night?
Yeah. That guy from down there at
Glenn,
the pub.
Glenn's buddy.
Glenn, yes. I wonder where they're if they're watching tonight. Maybe.
Yeah, Glenn
Better
watches
be
all the
watching
time.
this.
Yeah,
All
no
the
doubt.
Aussie guys watch your show and Rogers, and because that's like Jono
Cool.
Edwards and Jim
Cool.
Jim Anus and Ken Rotman and
All right.
Wazzy Girl and Wild Wazzy Woman and
Cool.
Glenn Chopper.
Wow, that's a lot of people.
Yeah, it's probably more than that.
Oh, look at that. Uh-oh.
Mr. Crowley. Now, wouldn't it stand to reason? Not Johnny Carson. Not Ed McMahon.
The music's kind of irritating.
Yeah, it's kind of dumb. Not Red Fox. Wouldn't it stand to reason if all the people in Congress, or most of them, were Masons? Like, why would they let somebody from the outside in?
Yeah, exactly.
I think it's a bunch of cosplay freaks.
We're just gonna have a few randos over here that aren't Masons come in here in this club. I don't think so.
You know, I think it's a bunch of old fucking people cosplaying.
LARPing.
Started by a bunch of goddamn perverts that are obsessed with ancient Egyptian cock, you know? It's like, you know, come
I
on,
wouldn't
man.
know.
They are this whole resurrection of Osiris bullshit and everything.
Cleopatra's cock.
Cleopatra's cock. Oh, it's her strap on.
Those are her pussycats.
It'd be wild. Later on in the future, they excavate the ruins of DC and they find the harness on the fucking Washington Monument. It's a big strap on buried in the ground. There were giant perverts getting pegged. We know this.
The Giants.
Oh, here's somebody talking about dumbass hunters.
Okay, Giants roam the earth. The Jolly Green Giant.
Jolly.
Nothing.
Ho, ho, ho.
Hi. Hi, y'all. Eat your vegetables.
Y'all want some beans?
I got a couple
They're
of beans
magic.
and a frank for you. I got some beans and franks for you.
He's like, you know, he's I like when Peter has the friggin' food truck, and who's the guy on there, the gay guy on Family Guy, and he wants the shake with the hot dog straw or something, and he's like, you don't have to kneel down.
yeah.
And he said you're making everybody uncomfortable.
He says, "Can I
Have
have
a shake,
straw?"
please?
Oh my god! So I guess this is the
Oh,
secret
no.
operation fucking food cart.
Buddy.
Oh, and of course they're gonna go right to the source,
on the
Pritzker.
final leg home from this trip, saying to reporters, knowing that they had flown on the decoy plane that was under an imminent threat and that he had not, right? He says, quote, "If I go, you go," right? You know, what do you even, how haunting is that statement given what we know now as you look at all this whole thing that was pulled off with catering trucks?
Well, it's obviously not true. If I go, you go. That's not what happened. In fact, it was a bait and switch. He put people in harm's way to save himself. That's who Donald Trump is. And he's willing to put our troops in harm's way in the war in Iran, even though he shouldn't have done that in the first place. He's also somebody who obviously, I mean, he slinked away literally in a catering truck while the reporters and his own staff were on a plane that apparently was under threat.
You know, at his own staff. I mean, it is pretty incredible. And then not only, Governor, that, right, they made a point of showing him board Air Force One. So everybody saw him do it. So everybody believed, the reporters believed he was on the plane. But then when he got off the plane, they stuck him back on so he could walk off the plane. They're hoping that nobody would ever know this had happened. You know, I just want to be clear here. The New York Times reporting originally was extremely clear, right? It was that the imminent threat was to whatever plane Trump was believed to be flying on. So the White House made every effort for everyone on the planet to believe that the plane that Trump is on was the plane that all the reporters were on and his own staff was on, even though they took him off. Right? I mean, that's a fact of the situation. You know, how do you make sense of this? Do you think that anyone on that plane had the right to be briefed on this, even though they're not the primary security focus?
He did not need to put his staff and those reporters in harm's way. He literally could have warned them and taken them off the flight. There were other ways to handle this, but instead he was okay with the idea that maybe that plane would be shot down or maybe there was some other security threat to that aircraft. That's clearly what all of this indicates. He really doesn't give a darn about the people on that plane. Now, remember, he was also slinking away and ending up on his new Qatar paid for and apparently personally received 747. That's, I mean, a total act of corruption. He's accepting money and gifts from foreign governments. This is at a moment when people can't afford food. People aren't going to have Medicaid to cover them, to give them health care. And he's taking all those things away from them. And meanwhile, we're all talking about this ruse and what he's doing to the people around him. We all ought to be focusing on what's best for the people of the United States who are, frankly, under threat by Donald Trump and H.R. 1.
Dude, literally didn't have, he's right though. He didn't have to do it that way. He could have said, hey, we got a credible threat. We're gonna scrub this flight. Okay. We don't want anybody to get hurt. We're gonna make other arrangements. Okay. But no, he's like, oh well, fuck it. They'll think they got me. Maybe he was gonna fake his own death, you know, if that happened, and then, you know, skate off with his riches and hang out with Jeffrey.
If you think that guy that was talking just now, that's a 1-for-1 swap. If he becomes a Democratic nominee or whatever, that guy is no different than Donald Trump. You're in for a real treat if that guy.
You know, I think that whatever they're planning to pull. Oh, I know. There's none in any of them. There's none in any of them.
I mean, especially between him and Donald Trump. They're
yeah, he's a narcissist too.
And ties to Epstein.
Something big is gonna happen because there's no limit to what this fucker will do to try to upset these elections. He's done stepped in shit and he don't care. It's almost like he don't even care about the midterms coming. Like he already knows there ain't gonna be no fucking election or something. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like, and I think he's planning that. Yeah, I think that there's going to be, and that's, listen, if the people don't pick up their fucking guns at that point, then they deserve whatever the fuck they get. That's the way I look at it. I can't see it any other way. If they put up with that, they deserve whatever the fuck they get. You know, maybe people of this nation aren't worthy enough to have freedom. Maybe they're not worthy enough to have actual freedom. In the broader scope of things, I believe that the people of the United States need to suffer. They need to suffer. They need to feel the hurt.
Yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying, but I think that I think that these people are the ones that need to suffer. They've been getting
Oh yeah,
bullied.
yeah. Well, who put them there?
Well, yes.
Who put them there?
Yes, but I mean, I don't know. It's hard to say, honestly. Yeah, I mean, yeah, people put them there, but at the same time, it's like I think we've suffered enough. It's time to pull the plug on these idiots for once, and then we don't have to suffer anymore.
Yeah, but see, these people are they're stupid. They go, red guy bad, blue guy good. Because the red guy sucks, so the blue guy automatically doesn't suck. Right? I see these people all the time now that, it's like, look, Biden was a shitty president. Obama was a shitty president. Carter was a shitty president. Ford was a shitty president. Nixon was a shitty president. Lyndon Johnson was a shitty president. Reagan was a shitty president. Okay? They're all shitty. So I don't know why anybody's picking them. No, it's the lesser of two evils. Yeah, you start adding up lesser evils together, and what do you get? A whole bunch of fucking evil, don't you? You're taking your poison in small doses instead of one big gulp. What the hell? It don't make any sense.
I guess what I was trying to say, that the people who haven't participated shouldn't have to suffer for the ones that do participate. I think it's time, that we kind of get reprieve from all this for once.
Well, I think that for the most part, the people that haven't participated in it are those with the ability to adapt, overcome, and improvise.
Yeah.
You see?
Yeah.
It's these people that clamor, I must have a government mommy and daddy. What will I do without my mommy and daddy? Oh my God. Oh.
It just would be nice to not have to adapt and improvise and overcome all the time. You know what I'm saying?
Like, right.
Give me a fucking I constantly got to be on my garden, looking over my shoulder and around the corner all the time. Can I just take a break for once? But but I totally know it. I totally know what you're saying. It's just, man.
Well, if they don't get off their fucking asses, if they don't start waking the fuck up and realizing the whole ludicrousness of this entire fucking system, I don't know what to tell you, man. It's just gonna have to take a few of us to start the fucking dance. And that's what we're gonna have to do. But are these idiots got any rhythm? That's all you gotta look at. Do they have any rhythm? Can they dance?
There's nothing that angry warehouse dancing can't fix.
You're absolutely right. That was a valuable lesson taught to us by Kevin Bacon. You can solve a lot of problems
if you don't love bacon.
That's right. And the Canadian bacon is ham. So stop trying to pass that off. Canada. We like your maple syrup, but it's ham. Okay.
I like both of them, actually.
Yeah, I like it too, but it's not bacon.
Yeah.
Tell me it's bacon when it's fucking ham. It's different. It's both are
bacon
good.
is strips. Ham.
That's right.
Circles.
Yeah, that's right. It comes from big, long, round pigs.
Nice ham steak.
Those are good, man. Bake it or broil it with some honey.
Grill it.
That's fucking bomb. Yeah, grill it. Put some honey on it too. That works too.
But don't get the honey on the chicken.
Don't get it on your chicken wings. Don't
Or
get
your
it on your
chicken wings,
chicken wings.
excuse me.
That's not to be tolerated. Chicken wing, honey sauce, no way. Well, I don't know. You might be somebody who does like that.
Yeah.
It's just not her.
Might be a select herd.
Well, guys, I'm going to call it a night. It's been fun. It's been real. It's been nice. We've been 3.5 hours, a little over. That's good enough.
Good enough
So,
for
guys,
government work.
Yeah, right on. So, thank you guys for coming on up tonight, and everybody out there in the
Good to see everybody
in the old Chatterino.
Yeah, it's my show now.
Oh, you did it backwards.
The
Don't forget,
Cubby
guys.
Show.
Lord loves a working man. Don't never, ever, ever trust Whitey. See your doctor and get rid of him because he'll probably kill you. And remember, it's always better to shit in the sink than it is to sink in the shit. We'll see you next time on Sovereign Soul Unchained Mind. Good night, everybody.